Hello everyone, how are you? Happy Monday. As usual, I'm feeling very sleepy. Possibly more than usual. I got a little sick over the weekend. Actually mid last week. I feel like I was coming down with a bit of a cold. And you know me with my fun health problems, it kind of just knocked me out a bit. Just like, oh, I have no energy for some reason. Guess it must be just the normal health problems I have, but no, I think it was actually a cold. Mostly over it now. And also having a cat on my lap, if any of you saw my Twitter. She's nice. She came on my lap and had a good snooze. But you know how cats are, right? Let's have a close-up look at the cat in question. They dent the fabric of the universe with how hard they sleep. They sleep so hard that everyone around them starts to feel sleepy. Yeah. But it's Monday, which is exciting because, hey, it's stream day for me, and I get to play a bit more Ultima VII. Really, yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this long series for so long, and now that we're finally doing it, it's so great. Just like, there's so much to do, and I don't feel like I'm just doing the same XCOM missions over and over again. Trying to grind out enough Illyrium to do final missions and things. It's way more fun. Let's start the game up. Fortunately, I don't get that. My cat's a chunky boy. So when he sleeps on me, after 5 minutes, my legs are getting too sore to feel sleepy. Yeah, I've had a few chonks through the years, and yeah, circulation is kind of an issue. I find that actually, like, I've got the sofa back there, and there's a nice bit where you can stretch out your legs on the sofa. If she sits on me there, I have enough stamina, like the blood pressure isn't an issue. But if she's sitting on me with my chair here, I guess because my legs are dangling down, after a couple of hours that can be a bit much. Game. This game absolutely dominated my childhood. So what are we doing today? We're journeying onward, of course. And last week we got into a bit of a predicament because the game crashed on us. That's never happened before. Possibly a result of my weird DOSBox configuration here. But what I did was, I reloaded the old save from the start of last week's stream. Let's bump up the cycles. And redid all the things, or most of the things that we did on the stream, like recruiting Jana here, and Sentry. And we've set up Sentry's house as our own little base, because, I mean, it's not like he's using it. We've dumped some inventory into this room. 2 buckets of blood, which we're just holding on to for nostalgia's sake. You gotta have something that you just have a weird habit of collecting. Ultima or Skyrim, whatever. Just collect things. We've got some gold here. It's about 1,000 gold. It's another 1,000 gold. And even on us, we still have 881 gold. So it's a pretty good haul. I think we might put Spark in charge of holding all of our ill-gotten gains. I mean, our perfectly legitimate gains. Jana is still a bit not very strong, but she's going to be holding our potions and bandages and also money. YOLO here is in charge of food. I'm just thinking audio balance, because these little incidental bits of music, they don't happen often, but when they do, they might be a bit loud. Obviously a bit louder in my ears than they are for you. I don't want to miss the nice sort of like sea sounds and things like that, or the birds chirping. Oh, and also, geez, I have been talking over this thing the whole time, opening bags for you and illustrating what we were doing. The damn game capture never loaded up. Thanks, OBS. Thanks so much. Here we are. So yes, YOLO here charging food. Sentry doesn't have anything much except a bunch of dirty diapers. Jana, potions, gold, and ourself, the avatar, Poggers, has all of the important stuff, like magical reagents and scrolls that entitle us to ships and maps, and this silver serpent venom that we want to collect more of. So the question is, what are we doing for today? There was something I wanted to mention. Oh yes, the community challenge thing, but Mr. Cynics and Cyclone have already discovered that. I did announce it in the Streamshed Discord, in the Neko's Box channel, that for the month of August I'm going to be doing one of these little Twitch community challenges where you can donate your channel points to a longer term goal, and if we meet the goal by the end of August, because the longest I can set the thing is for 30 minutes, but if we meet that goal, I will be forced by the immutable contract that is Twitch channel point rewards to do a 7 Days to Die stream every day for a week. And you know, it's regardless of how sleepy I am at the end of work and whether I want to really do streaming and stuff or I'm feeling into it, will just force me into it and see how it goes. And I want to do that mostly because I want to get a larger number of streams going. Kitty! Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Very hard to double click on. Kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. They run away if you try and pat them. So this is a trainer. We're not going to do anything here, just exploring, wandering around while I talk, which is difficult sometimes. Yes, so challenges to do more streams. I want to do more streams like on different days, because in order to unlock the emote instant upload ability, I have to stream for like 60 days. Not like total time, but like on 60 different occurrences. And that's gonna take a while if I'm only doing this once a week. Look, it's a spittoon. You can use it. How cool is that? Meanwhile, maybe I'll just grab some of these off this table. Thank you so much. Jana, you can hold on to those. Oh, no, you can't, because you're already full. Is that it? We really need to equip everyone with better carrying abilities here. But the reason I want to get instant upload ability for emotes... Hey, you, stop. Let me talk to you. Why can't I talk to this dude? He's a trainer. Do I have a modifier key held down for some reason? That's weird. Fighter, yep. What about doing this? So strange. I know this guy. He's a trainer that you're supposed to be able to come to and I mean, he's not one of the best ones, but he does train you. Moving on. Can we talk to our companions? Spark, how are you doing? Yes, Puggers? Spark asks. What dost thou want? What do you remember about the murder of your father? I'm sure thou canst find the man who killed father. Dost thou want me to repeat everything I know about the murder? No, that sounds boring. All right. Bye. Continue your thought, streamer. What were you saying? We were talking about instant upload for emotes, and yeah, that's once we get that, aside from being able to upload new emotes instantly without requiring them to be reviewed sometimes, the other important benefit is we get the follower emotes, and we want the follower emotes because they're all we've got at the moment, like that isn't unlocked easily. Oh, we just tried to feed this meat to the pavement. Here you go. We go through food very quickly. I don't think I want a 6th party member just because it's going to get impossible to feed everyone. Now, yes, so that's why I'm doing the challenge. So if you want, please contribute to it, and that will be fun and useful. I don't think we stole the virtue stones again this time around. Yeah. I mean, reclaimed them. But we've only just picked up the mark and recall spells. And I'm still not strong enough to carry all the stuff I want, or have enough bag space for it all. Maybe we'll just grab a few of them. I do actually have an Excel, not an Excel spreadsheet, jeez. I have a Google document that I started where I've listed all the different destinations that those stones already have, just in case we want to use them. But I think it's fairly boring. I am very paranoid that these musical stings are drowning me out, so let me know if you can't hear me, please. So thinking, what are we doing today? We need to decide what we are doing, like, with the plot. Are we going to pursue the thread of the murderer and, you know, Hook and the crown jewel? Are we going to get onto the main plot line, which is about, like, you know, the Fellowship? We could join the Fellowship, and he'll send us off to Minnock, the town in the north. And that would be good because it's main quest line, and also we go to the mining town and we can get more Silver Serpent Venom, which we want to do. Vesper is a little far away right now, so that's going to be our best source for, like, getting the drugs that we want. We could also... Did this come before or after Ultima Online? I'm assuming they're both in the same series. This came before Mr. Sinks. Probably a good 6 or 7 years before, I think. This is from 1992, and after this they did start working on Ultima 8, and then Ultima 9 I think was sort of where they diverged from Ultima Online and the Ultima 9 game they were planning to do. Because 9 started off as a top-down view game like this, but using a 3D graphics engine for some of it. And Ultima Online, I think, went the same kind of direction, but then 9 became a third-person, over-the-shoulder game. And 9 also jumped the shark in terms of plot, so it's kind of like, yeah. So yeah, that's one option. We do the Fellowship stuff. The other option would be, I guess, find out who killed the boy's parents, but that is really just following Elizabeth and Abraham. Sorry, not Elizabeth. We don't know it's them yet. following this nefarious pirate Hook around. And we know that he did set sail for Britannia on the Crown Jewel. So we could, just quickly call in here at the shipwright and ask about it. But basically throughout the whole game, we're going to be just, we just missed the guy wherever we happen to call in. And we will get another clue as to the murder plotline if we go to Minnock. Before you stands an old sailing man whose determined face appears to have weathered many a storm. What's your name? I be Clint. And what do you do? In my youth I was a sailor who sailed across the sea in tall ships. Now I must content myself solely with selling ships and sextants to others. If you're wondering, a sextant is not pornographic in any way. It's a device they use to track the stars and determine position of a ship. Have you seen my crown jewels? The crown jewel came to Britain? Not any time recently, most certainly not. I remember the crown jewel, and it has not been to Britain for a long time. RuneScape's taught me about sextants. Yeah, games are educational. You were a sailor, were you? Of course, this was in the day when it took mighty men to be a sailor. Nowadays, those who set out to sea would not have lasted a day. But I suppose it is the nature of the universe that everything slowly becomes more tame. Tame, you say? Soon all the monsters will die off, and the whole world will join together in trust and worthiness. And unity, like all those fellowship people say. Bah! The world was a better place when everybody fought everybody else, I say. What do you think of the fellowship? It's always the best thing to make thine own way in the world, and not listen to what thou art told to believe. Thou hadst better remember that. You told me, yeah, I'll remember. I'll do that. We could buy a ship, but if you recall, Lord British already gave us a ship for free. It's just not here. It's in Vespa for whatever reason. And another option we have actually in terms of questing today is there is a magic carpet in the game. We came across the mage Rudium in Cove, and he told us we could have it if we found it. But I feel like... Ooh, bread. Here, free bread. I feel like if we get the magic carpet, then we're just going to be flying it everywhere, because it's too useful to not have with you at all times. And then, we're not going to get as much interesting stuff, like getting robbed by bandits on the road or things like that. We're just going to fly over everything. Here's a sextant in the game. You can use it. But it will not function under a roof. And I'm not going to yoink it because that will cause people to be annoyed at me. We've got a sundial here. What time is it? 2 o'clock. So, yeah, I think we don't want to go after the magic carpet yet, in the same way that we don't want to go after the expansion pack, the Isle of Fire, yet. Kitty! Here, kitty, kitty. Oh, here we go. Here's that apothecary. You see a very authoritative-looking older man who looks at you with thoughtful concern. My name is Kessler. And what do you do? I run the apothecary shop here in Britain. The apothecary, you say? Well, the normal function of apothecary is to administer potions and magical reagents. I am nowadays working almost exclusively for Lord British, trying to study a specific problem. Oh, I think we did talk to this guy last stream. It's just that what with the save game dying, we didn't bother actually following up with everything. Anyway, we can buy potions for him, from him. But why when we can just steal potions? And we could sell serpent venom to him, but why? We want the serpent venom for ourselves. Jana, we already gave you a bit of food. Here is a provisioner person who could sell us some random supplies. Why, my name's Greg. It's good to see thee. Why, I run the provisioner's shop here in Britain. A second home to the Intrepid it is. Cool. What can I buy? As I say, we have everything thou dost need to have a jolly splendid adventure. What would that like to buy? So, you know, we can buy really mundane stuff. We can buy powder kegs, which is nice. We could buy lockpicks, and I think we probably should. And probably some torches, just because I don't want to be casting the light spell all the time, and that flaming sword is nice, but sounds a bit crackly in my ears. A torch sells for 5 gold. That is a fair price, is it not? Sure. Let's just buy, like, 4. We'll probably acquire the light sources later. Wouldst thou like something else? Let's buy some lockpicks. A lockpick sells for 10 gold. That's a fair price, is it not? Yeah, sure. I tend to break on you a lot. Let's get those. I like something else? No. Bye. Good day to thee, my lady. So who is holding random supplies like that? I mean, I guess we'll dump them on Sentry. And Johnny, you were saying you were hungry. Have an apple. I think Spark also has the other torch that we had. There's 8 lockpicks, there's 5 lockpicks. We can drag them on top of each other and have 13 lockpicks. Alright, so we're geared up a bit. Let's save. I'm not gonna make those mistakes again. Save. So how's everyone doing tonight? Does the week look like it is going to be tolerable for everyone? I have to say that mine is looking up because some time ago, and we're talking at least like 6 months, I used a fair bit of money to buy myself a new tablet, like a tablet computer, a Lenovo Yoga Tab 13. Big, chunky thing with a huge battery and a kickstand. I really wanted this as a way to, you know, turn a bit of money into serotonin and, like, you know, just have a thing to make me happy and it'll be nice, you know? And I figured, okay, yeah, I'll get myself this nice Android tablet. I can use it on the sofa and it'll be fun. Well, it turned into a train wreck because at first it looked great, but the tablet wanted to auto-update itself, and at the end of the day I allowed it to. That was my first mistake because it bricked itself. It installed firmware that it claimed was not compatible for that region. And then trying to fix it and going down a rabbit hole and eventually giving up and sending it back. And the tablet got caught in customs forever. But today I've finally received a refund. It's been so long, but now I finally have my money back and I could theoretically purchase something new. But right now I have no intention to go back to that model of tablet just because it's been so terrible. So now I don't know what to spend it on. But hey, got a bit of cash. Maybe a GPU upgrade, maybe a different kind of tablet. Who knows, maybe I'll get a bloody iPad. You see, a healer who looks wise and honest. I've been looking forward to thine arrival, Avatar. Word spreads quickly. I'm pleased to meet thee. And what's your name? I'm Cecil, the healer, although in a past I was known as Abrams. In a past life I was known as Abrams. I became Cecil when I was advanced. You were advanced. When my name was Abrams, I lived on the island of New Magencia. Magencia. Yeah. I think when we were kids we used to pronounce that Magnesia, but it's pretty sure, definitely Magencia. And did mine apprentice work there. My practice grew, and soon I was traveling by ship to Moonglow to see patients there. And you've been practicing, have you? My practice grew swiftly. I'm a modest man, but I do not mind saying that I was a popular healer. And yeah, okay, he's just a healer. Goodbye, Avatar. We have a healer in our party. She's better than you. She works for free. But we could steal more potions here if we had the carrying capacity. I reckon... Like, I mean, I was tempted to do a poll, right? Polls are fun. But there's really only the one big option, which is, if we look at the map, we're here in Britain. We've wandered around a bit. We've done some stuff. Talked to Kingy. We went to Cove, which is going up here past the lake, and went to Cove to get Jana and the Hoe of Destruction. Probably our next stop should be Minnock or Minnock, whichever we want to call it. I'm probably going to go Minnock. I mean, it's a mining town, so maybe they do actually emphasize Minnock, but that just sounds weird to me. We could go to Buccaneer's Den if we wanted to pursue Hook. But, you know, the kid's in no hurry. He's adventuring with us now. He'll probably forget about his father soon enough. Vesper is where our ship is. So we do want to go there eventually and pick up the ship and go to the Isle of Fire, which is hidden behind the Britannia legend here. And there's a lot of other islands. You know, there's all sorts of fun stuff to do in Moonglow, Magencia, Turfin, On a Hold, Jeholm. We'll get to Skara Brae eventually. And there's a few things to do up in U as well. But yeah, I reckon we go up, we go north through the swamp. We'll walk there, just for that authentic travelling feel. And we'll go to Minnock. But before that, if we want to be like optimal about it all, we could join the Fellowship. Because as part of the Fellowship joining ceremony, they're going to give us a quest to go up there. So even though we know that the Fellowship is kind of dodgy, we could join as a way to infiltrate them and find out what's really going on. Here's the Royal Apple Orchard person. You see a man whose wrinkled face forms a character of grumpiness. I'm Fig. I'm the caretaker of the Royal Orchards here in Britain. Oh, the Royal Orchards, huh? Here are grown the finest apples in all of Britannia. I would let thee sample one, but it would be against the law, as thou art obviously not of noble stock. Hey. Fine. I can see that thou shouldst be on thy way. Kinda grumpy to us, huh? Okay, I am paranoid that the music is a bit loud, so let's bump that down to about 50%. So before we left, I kind of wanted to do something about the poor guy that's locked in jail. Although we don't really ever get a chance to free him properly, I think. This man, Weston, is someone we learned about in Paws. He had a wife back in Paws, but he was imprisoned here in Britain for stealing apples from the orchard. You see a thoroughly disheartened young man who is miserably languishing behind bars. I'm Weston. What do you do? I have none, so long as I am left to rot here in this prison. Thy job is to pay for the crime thou hast committed. My crime was stealing apples from the Royal Orchards. This I did, and I admit it freely. If given the same set of circumstances, I would do it again. Aha! Not only an unrepentant criminal, but also a potential professional thief. Looks like this one has ended in the right place in just the nick of time. Stealing apples? I had offered to buy them first, but Fig, the caretaker at the orchard, set an exorbitant price, which I'm certain he would have pocketed for himself. So yes, I admit to stealing them. See how the common criminal blames his type of immoral behaviour on others, or the while denying it in himself. This one is irredeemable, he is. What circumstances? I'm not from Britain, my lady. I'm from Paws, and it is another reason why they believe I can be trifled with. This prisoner is from Paws. I bloody knew it. To his credit, he was in the town nearly an entire day before he stole something. For a citizen of Paws, that is as honest as they come. What about Fig? He gives baskets of fruit free to the Fellowship, without Lord British consent, I'm quite certain. Thou shouldst not listen to this obvious slander, my lady. It is hearsay. But you admit your crime. Mine only regrets are that I did not try to steal something bigger, and that I did not get away with it. That's the spirit. And you come from Paws. Paws is a town where thou mayst feel the icy grip of poverty around thine heart. Oh, bloody hell. Now I suppose he is going to tell us his whole pathetic life story. Couldst thou wait until I get out mine handkerchief, so I do not interrupt thee with all my wailing? Not so long ago, Paws was a thriving, rustic coastal village, but as Britain grew larger, most of our local businesses moved there. We became a farming town, and the 7-year drought gave us a lashing that we have yet to recover from. I do not wish to bemoan my fate, but my family lives in Paws, my wife Alina and my child Cassie. They were starving, and I came to Britain to get food for them. Oh, now, do not go and bring poverty as an excuse as to why thou hast turned to crime. My father was so poor, he and his family had to eat dirt, but he still raised me proper. Beat the stuffings out of me if he ever so much as imagined I did anything wrong, I can tell thee that. I do not want any mercy for myself. I have admitted my guilt, but my life does not only belong to myself, it belongs to my wife and my family as well. Without me they will suffer unbearable hardships, such as they might not survive. Although there are fools who will speak otherwise, the people of Britannia are being crushed by the vicious tyranny of the class system. While few have more than they could ever enjoy, there are many who go to sleep hungry every night. My wife and daughter, to name 2 of them. Oh, that reminds me, it's nearly time for my meal break. The trout is supposed to be delicious today at the farmer's market. Ooh. Fools like our good friend the Guard would have us believe that nothing has changed in Britannia for over 200 years, that we can live our lives as if all of our problems do not exist. I say to thee that it is people like that who cause our problems in the first place. And do tell us about the class system. While I am certain Lord British is a just and fair ruler, he must be quite unaware of all that goes on in his kingdom. Surely he would not tolerate such iniquity. All right, that is enough noise out of thee. All day long, yakety-yakety, all about the awful, terrible class system. Why, the next thing thou knowest, thou shalt be saying society is to blame for thy crimes. Not a word from anybody about appreciation for keeping the laws in order. No, of course not. But all the pity in the world for the dangerous lawbreakers who are the real threat to society. Wouldst thou speak with Lord British about me? I would bet that he is completely unaware of my case. Please! Wilt thou speak with him? Yeah, sure. He's my best bud. Oh, I thank thee, Avatar. My fate and the fates of my wife and daughter are in thine hands. Good luck with that. Bye. I thank thee for visiting me. So, yeah, it is a bit much for stealing apples to be imprisoned indefinitely without trial, or people being aware of it. Especially considering all of the food appropriation that the Avatar does. Yo, Kingy, where are you? Where's Kingy? There he is, making laws or something. Yo, Kingy. Yes, poggers? Lord British asks. About that Western fellow you've got imprisoned. Lord British listens to your story about Weston. He looks concerned. I do not recall this case. Let me check. He quickly scans a large scroll. Imprisoned for the theft of 1 apple from the royal orchards. Ludicrous. Someone must have usurped mine authority. Tree! Hello, welcome in, Treacle. How are you? Good to see you. Let's give you a little shout out. Treacle is a wonderful streamer from the UK who unfortunately often streams quite late hours for us down here in Australia. But always do try and at least catch the start of her streams. And she's got a lovely voice and a very sweet community. How are you doing this Monday morning for you? Thou mayest consider this man pardoned. An investigation will commence immediately into the circumstances surrounding his arrest and into this fellow Fig. My thanks to the Avatar. Yeah, and it's about this whole fellowship deal. It's a bit sus. They're an extremely useful and productive group of citizens. Thou should certainly visit the fellowship headquarters here in Britain and speak with Batlin. The fellowship has done many good deeds throughout Britannia, including feeding the poor, educating and helping those in need, and promoting general goodwill and peace. Yeah, that Batlin fellow. He is a druid who began the fellowship about 20 years ago. He's a highly intelligent and warm and gentle human being. Goodbye, poggers. Do come back soon. We'll go investigate this Batlin fellow, I think, and I don't think you can really chase up on the whole apples situation, but basically Fig is totally giving them large amounts of free apples from the Royal Orchard. Well, thank you. I'd muted to eat a biscuit and forgot to unmute. Oh dear. Professional streamer here. Here I am, wasting my voice reading all of this quest text out loud. Talking to people about paladins and looting things and what have you. Happens, lol. Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much. Good to see you again. How are you doing? And please remind me, how should I go about pronouncing your name, friend? Sungnif? Would that be a close enough approximation? Sun. Just call you Sun. Will do. So yes, I forget how long it was since I ate that biscuit and muted. I actually made a thing, you know. It's at the top of my screen, so you can't really see it, but it would say, if I turn this on, "You are muted, dummy." But apparently that's not strong enough. Like, I need to turn my entire desktop background red or something like that. Anyway, we are meeting with Batlin, the leader of the Fellowship, because we're starting to suspect maybe that something's not all above board with this interesting little new religious group that's formed. And we want to maybe join them, see what that's all about from the inside. We're joining a cult? We are. Obviously they don't call themselves a cult, and on the surface of it, they are all about promoting trust and unity throughout the land and helping the poor and the sick. But that's just on the surface level, and when you get into it, there's some extremely dodgy goings on. For example, we can ask about these apples that we've got on the table here. "While thou art here, please feel free to enjoy an apple. The finest in all of Britannia, I am certain thou wilt find. They are provided to the Fellowship by the Royal Orchards." Plot twist, no, we just came from the castle, where we learned that some poor guy had been thrown in jail for stealing one apple, but the royal caretaker has been secretly smuggling apples to the Fellowship, like, for free. So no. I mean, I guess they are provided, but they're not provided legitimately. But we're not going to bust the Fellowship over apple theft. They've got bigger things that they're plotting. What's your name? My name, good friend, is Batlin, and indeed it is truly a privilege to meet the Avatar in the flesh. Hey, don't get pervy, okay? We're playing a female Avatar. Just don't. Back off, guy. And what is it you do? I was once a druid. Now I am the leader and the originator of the Fellowship. It is rapidly growing throughout Britannia and keeps me very busy, as thou canst well imagine. Ha, ha, ha. So I keep hearing about these people called Elizabeth and Abraham. EA, let's call them. EA seems to be up to no good, or at least every time I come into a town, they've just left, and they might know something about these murders that I'm investigating. Have you seen them? Do you know where they are? Ah, my good colleagues Elizabeth and Abraham were just here. They left this morning for Minnock on Fellowship business. They deal with the distribution and collection of funds. And yeah, one good way, whenever you're stuck in the game, is just come and ask where are Elizabeth and Abraham, and that will usually guide you to where you need to go next. So I heard about this inner voice thing that you Fellowship people have. Can you tell me more about that? Only active or potential Fellowship members are privy to the concept of the voice. I can tell thee more when thou dost take the Fellowship test. Oh, there's a test. Could I do that? Oh, art thou ready to join the Fellowship? Yes. But first things first. I recommend that thou takest our examination to determine if thou art truly in need of the Fellowship's teachings. Dost thou want to take the test? Yes. These questions are all hypothetical. Do not let them confuse or upset thee. Question 1. Thou art feeling depressed right now. Is it more likely because A. Thou hast disappointed a friend, or B. A friend has disappointed thee? So this is entirely, there's no wrong answer here, and in fact it would be more accurate to say there's no right answer here. Whichever one you pick, he kind of psychoanalyzes you a bit and decides, oh yeah, you're kind of a shit person, aren't you? You should join our entirely above board association and we can help enrich your life and make you into a better person. Let's say I disappointed a friend. I can tell from that answer thou art a person who takes their responsibilities to others very seriously, and perhaps tends to put too much pressure on oneself to please others. Batlin smiles and nods. Question 2. Thou art at a feast hosted by a very high-ranking local official. Thou dost believe the food he has ordered to be served is little more than swill, and thou dost notice that the other guests certainly think so. When thine host asks thou if thou dost like the food, dost thou A. tell the truth, or B. lie to him? I don't know. Do we spare their feelings? Do we just go with honesty? One of the fellowship tenets is all about like honesty and stuff like that. At least that's what they say. I mean, he's also a high-ranking official. We don't want to piss him off. Let's lie to him. Let's say it's fine. Oh, sorry, son. There's probably a good 10-second delay on this thing. So I'm very happy for you to chime in with this and see what we want to pick as a team. But the lag might be a bit much. Thy response shows thou art a person who is deeply concerned with the feelings of others, a person to whom's manners and graciousness are of the highest import. Batlin makes a sweeping gesture with his hand. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't gotten out the, you know, what's it called? The measuring device that the Scientologists use. You hold it on and, like, measure how many thetans you have. Question 3. Thou hast taken the last room available at an inn. Upon entering it, thou dost find that it is filthy. It is the middle of the night, there is no one to clean it, and there is nowhere else to stay. Dost thou A. clean up the room thyself, at least somewhat, before reposing in it, or B. dost thou just go to sleep, letting the room remain as thou hast found it? I'll have a drink while we ponder this. I will mute momentarily because I want to open this can. I am unmuted. Good, good. What do we think? Are we going to clean up ourselves, basically giving the innkeeper free labor there, or do we just fall asleep in this filth? Alright, I'm picking. I'll clean it up a bit myself. Thou hast revealed that thou art a person who instinctively believes they are responsible for anything that goes wrong, and that it falls to thee to put the whole world right. Batlin sighs. Question 4. At a festive gathering, thou dost tell a humorous anecdote, and thou dost tell it very well, creating much amusement. Didst thou tell this comedic story because A. thou didst enjoy the response that thou didst receive from the audience, or B. because thou didst want to please thy friends? So are we doing it just for people's reaction to us, or do we actually want to make our friends happy? I would say making friends happy, surely. Surely there's no kind of bad character trait he could infer from that. Thine answer shows thou art a person who instinctively feels unworthy of having friends. Thou must continuously buy their attentions by amusing them. Batlin frowns slightly. Question 5. If thou wert to become a person of leisure, one who had amassed a fantastic fortune of wealth, would it most likely because A, thou hadst discovered an infallible method of stealing the money of others, or B, thou had discovered an infallible method of illicitly duplicating the coin of the realm? So we have to fess up to either stealing or money forgery. Honestly, I would probably go with B here, because this is a fantasy world, and although it's not in this game, in the part 2 of this, Ultima VII, the Serpent Isle, there is legitimately a spell called Duplicate Coin. You can legitimately just expend spell components and duplicate big stacks of money. So, yeah, magic. From question 5, we learn that thou art a person who instinctively believes that they are incapable of achieving success. At best, only presenting the illusion of success. Battling slowly shakes his head. Yeah, we couldn't have possibly stolen all of that legitimately, and we just had to cheat. Question 6. While travelling, thou dost find a man in terrible pain. His arm has been grievously injured. A healer tending to him tells thee that the man's arm will have to be removed, and that he will require thine assistance to do it. The man says he will recover from his injury, and asks thee not to let the healer amputate his arm. Dost thou, A, heed the words of the healer, or B, respect the wishes of the injured man? Now, much like many cults, the Fellowship actually is a bit anti-healer. They're all like, oh, you should just be worthy of recovering on your own self, or what have you. I don't know. So I'm tempted to just say heed the healer. Certainly, like, personal responsibility, like, oh yeah, he doesn't want his arm amputated, but he's gonna die anyway if he doesn't. I'm going with healer. By thine answer, thou art a person who believes in mercy even when it is not an easy thing, and a person who tries to have the courage of thy convictions. Batlin gives thee a knowing look. Question 7. Thou hast just killed a small dog by throwing a rock at it. Is it more likely that thou hast done this because the dog was going to attack thee, or the dog was going to attack someone else? So I love this. This is the classic one from Blade Runner, right? You've kicked a turtle over in the desert and you just watch it helplessly while you're doing that. You've thrown a rock at a dog. Why did you do that? It was going to attack another. Like, it was selfless and virtuous with the Avatar, yeah. This question tells... that's odd grammar. This question tells is that thou art an overly aggressive person. Thou dost need to stop trying to solve all of thy problems through violence. Batlin strokes his chin thoughtfully. Both answers were solving problems through violence.
Thundercats! Ho!
Gareth_Hughes just subscribed, you bloody legend. Leave the doggo alone.
Gareth, I'm sorry, it was part of the questions. We're throwing the rocks and we have to justify it somehow. Also, thank you so much for subscribing. You don't need to do that, but I do appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Enjoy the emotes. We'll leave doggos alone in the actual game. I don't think, thankfully, some games will do that and they'll throw, evil dogs at you, but Ultima doesn't, at least not Ultima VII. Question 8. Thou art in a boat with thy betrothed and thy mother. The boat capsizes. In the choppy waters thou canst only save thyself and one other person. Who dost thou save from drowning? A. Thy betrothed, or B. Thy mother? Well, I mean, you know, me mams are getting on a bit. My betrothed, you know, could be mother to my children. Or I guess in female avatar's case, the father to my children. Or mother. I mean, you know, we're pretty flexible here in Britannia. I'm going with my betrothed. While risking my life to save the life of thy betrothed is admirable, I cannot help but wonder what suppressed hostility thou dost have towards thy mother, as thou wouldst simply let her drown. Mate, you're phrasing these questions deliberately. I can see what you're doing. Haha, you poor fool, they're one and the same, son. Son. Oh, son. That's, I mean, if they're gonna give us trick questions, you may as well give a trick answer, right? Batlin shrugs. Thou art a person of strong character, Avatar, but one who is troubled by very deep personal problems that can prevent thee from achieving thy true potential for greatness. Alabama has entered the chat. In short, thou art precisely the type of person for which the Fellowship was created. I welcome thee to our fold, knowing that the path of the Triad is not an easy one, but its rewards are bountiful. I will, of course, waive the usual sabbatical of study that is required before one achieves membership. Thou art, after all, the Avatar. However, as one of our tenets prescribes, worthiness precedes reward. Thou must embark on a task or two for the Fellowship before thou can be properly inducted and receive thy medallion. I need thee to deliver this sealed package, unopened, to Eleanor, the leader of our Fellowship branch in Minnock. Eleanor will reward thee upon receiving it. Thou dost have my word. May I trust thee to do it? You can trust me. I'm the Avatar. Excellent. Here it is. Thou must now be on thy way. So we've got a box, and it's sealed, and we could keep it sealed for the whole quest. Or we could open it up now and have a look. Oh, it's a letter. The stone pedestal should be 4 feet high, 3 feet wide, and 2 feet deep. Atop each of the 3 pedestals shall be set the 3 receptacles, the tetrahedron, the sphere, and the cube. All of these items for the defense mechanism of the portal have already been constructed by the Trinsic blacksmith. Oh, okay, so that's not ominous at all. Yeah, cool. Thou must do us the fetch quest. Indeed. So I opened it. Poggers, my dear, dear friend. How wonderful to see thee again, says Batlin. No, I can't actually talk about it. Okay, bye. Until we meet again, Avatar. I mean, there's another sealed box there. We could have a look at that sealed box. Oh, he's standing in front of it. Okay, he knows what's up. Carlfish! Fetch the EA logo! Yes. Like, you know, I didn't really twig it at the time when we played originally, but in hindsight, yeah, there's so many references to EA in this game. Specifically EA being evil. So, we've got our fetch quest started. We're gonna walk to Minnock, or Minnock, whatever. I'm gonna keep calling it Minnock. Just so that we can experience the life of roughing it on the road. We don't have a cart yet, we don't have a ship yet, we don't have a flying carpet. Man, I just watched Llamas with Hats the other day. I can't see the name Carl without going Carl in my head. I have not watched Llamas with Hats. I shall have to add that to the list. So we could take a Moongate, actually, I think. There is one nearish to Minnock. But no, we're taking the road. Go through the swamp. It'll be fun. You have also not watched Llamas with Hats. Wait, no, that's the road to Cove. We want to go this way, through the swamp. Oh, there's danger afoot. It's a crocodile. See, that's the nice advantage to having a lot of people in your party. They can all just kind of swing at once and obliterate stuff. Sentry, why are you dual wielding torches? Here, get your sword out. Beware, Llamas with Hats is utterly demented. Oh, so the show is called Llamas with Hats. I just assumed you were talking about watching llamas while wearing hats. Oh, there's a random bandit here in the swamp. And crocodile. Oh. The C key for combat seems a bit sticky. Okay, so we've got some more chainmail armor if people can wear it. I don't know if actually we've got anyone who can wear that. We've got 35 gold coins. That's good enough. Yoink. And is anyone mortally wounded? Because we don't actually have like a heads-up display of people's health or anything. You can get that in Exalt, but we're doing it old school here. So I'm fine, Yellow's fine, Spark. Diana's probably at her max, yeah. Sentry was slightly wounded, but that's fine. Walk it off. Slimes! To the death! Slimes are a bit difficult. Oh, Jana's been knocked out. Yo, Jana. What's your health at? Your hits are at -2 and you're poisoned. That seems suboptimal. Can we give you a potion? And another one? That should be better, right? 9 hits. So we're gonna need to buff everyone up pretty soon. I do appreciate old games where the things actually drop what they're using. Yeah, that is nice. And it also means that the slime has not given us any gold, nor has the crocodiles. There are a series of old animations on YouTube about Paul and Carl. Paul is kind of murdery. Yeah, interesting. Oh, here we go. More dangerous swamp creatures. Yeah, I mean, they're snakes. They don't have loot.
Do you really know where you're going, Avatar?
Now, was that you, chat, or was that the game? I think that was the game. But by the way, we do actually have sound commands, and a number of them are samples of the Guardian saying things at us. In theory, you should be able to type bang sounds in chat to get a list of them, but I noticed the other day when Happy Light tried it that he couldn't. So I'll do it here for us. But it would help my debugging ever so much if someone who is not me could attempt to type the same command. I don't want to bang sounds. Yeah, thank you. You see, it hasn't responded to you, and I don't know why, because it's basically the same system. The command's gone in there. Don't abuse them, or I'll have to put crazy timeouts on them. But yeah, it's weird. The message is coming in. It's selected a sound. It says it's responding with the syntax. But it never actually responds to you, Gareth. You may have made the command mod exclusive. No, son, this is actually my own bot that's doing it. There is an aspect to it that's like requires admin, but there's no reason it should be there's no reason it should be pausing and not like responding with the syntax help. Anyway, something for me to debug later. Thank you for your assistance. It's always frustrating when you have something that you know, literally works for me. I can't reproduce the bug because the bug does not occur when it's me that's doing it. So here we have a little turnpike, and if we go this way, we go off to Vesper, I believe. Yep. But we go north to Minnock for our quests and to attain drugs. Uh-oh, wolves. Oh, damn it. This will happen a lot, I think, as we're leveling on early. Jana has perished. Got a bit too eager to melee and got killed by wolves. And Jana's our healer. Or Yana, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with some of my old school pronunciations for some of their names, just because it's nostalgia's sake. So that's a problem. I mean, if it was the Avatar that died, we would find ourselves waking up at another location, and possibly the whole party would be revived. But because it's just one party member, oh dear. This is going to be obnoxious, isn't it? Ideally, we need to get her back to Lord British so that he can resurrect her. We can't cast Resurrection ourselves yet. That's very powerful magic. Who has, like, carrying capacity, though? Sentry? Too heavy. Can we ditch some of the armor? Man, I think the sooner we turn Spark into a hulking, steroid-ridden buff beefcake, the better. Yes, yes. Perhaps I can carry the bag. Nope, that's also too heavy. Spark? And yeah, imagine if 2 people got killed in a battle. That would just be incredibly annoying. I mean, I can do the annoying fumbling around of dragging bodies around, and we could go get a cart off stream. But this is the authentic Ultima VII experience here. Party member got effed, and what do we do now? Too heavy. Come on, Spark. Time to find a new healer. Well, it's not as if she actually heals in battle, is the thing. It's not like your classic Final Fantasy parties. She's just someone who has access to, like, out-of-combat healing spells and a resurrection that is a bit buggy. But she's a party member, and it's nice to have party members. Not fit. Not fit, jeez. Alright, how about that? Now, can Sentry possibly... Or, Sorry, I just used my window expose key, thinking it would help expose all of these windows and I could rearrange them. No, that doesn't work in the game, Neko. Let's just close everything. Okay, Sentry, can you pick her up now? Too heavy. I don't know what to do, man. There we go. Can just about carry her around now. We're in the middle of nowhere. And we'll have to come back for the gear, I guess. But we could do the help spell, which I think will actually work. So here's a spell called Help that Lord British gave us in our spellbook. And I think that will actually send us back to Lord British, where he can resurrect Jana here. Yay, it worked. Of course, we're back here now. And we have to find Kingy to do the resurrection. There you are, Kingy. Hey. Here's my friend. Dumps her out onto the royal carpet. Would you mind? Yes, Poggers, Lord British asks. Can you heal, please? I can still heal, cure poison, and sometimes resurrect. Art thou in need of one of these? Look, her entrails are on your carpet right now, man. Of which service dost thou have need? Indeed, this person is badly wounded. I will attempt to return them to health. Of course, it will never cost thee anything to use mine healing services. Breath does return to the body. Thy comrade is alive. Done. Thanks. Goodbye, Poggers. Do come back soon. Jana, you're back. Here's your stuff. Or some of your stuff, anyway. I had to abandon some of it on the roadside. Why don't you take a torch for now? May as well. And is there an option in your combat to just not engage at all? Yeah, there's a flee, but I worry that will just get you into more trouble. We could go with the defensive fighting. And also put that on, and maybe YOLO can defend. Yeah, okay. Did anyone else have your stuff? Yeah. The weird hawk that she has. I mean, you may as well use that as a weapon, I suppose. And a light source. That sparks. And you've got, yeah, gold and potions and things. Awesome, so lacking any kind of magical spell to return us to where we were, we could just make a run through the swamp again. Oof, as soon as we get out of this laggy castle. We could also consider buying a cart. Like, if we're gonna say we're not gonna buy a ship because we've got a free one in Vesper. We're not gonna go for the magic carpet out of the door because that lets us skip a whole bunch of content. We could go to the stables and buy a horse and cart. It's not that expensive. And that would let us at least pick and choose our battles. Apparently I'm talking to her through the door. You see a pleasant-looking young peasant woman. A pleasant peasant. What's your name? My name's Dan. And what do you do? My job is to oversee the stables here in Britain and sell thee a horse and carriage if thou dost want one. Yeah, please do. The horse and carriage combination sells for 120 gold. Thou shalt find it in a small shelter just south of the stables, across the street. Dost thou want a title? Yes, please. Very good. Here's the title. Tell me about your stables. Here thou wilt find a selection of the finest horses produced by Lord British's personal horse breeder. If thou dost wish to buy one, I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement. They come with a carriage, of course. Yep, that's cool. Good day to thee, my lady. Yeah, those doors are actually locked, so I guess that's the reason we couldn't open them and we talked to this person through the door. Weird. Anyway, here's the carriage. We have the title deed to it now, so we're allowed to drive it. Oh, and this is this evidence that we found. I guess we'll hang on to it for the moment. No, actually, we couldn't call battling out on it. Oh, whatever. We'll stash it later. This scroll also won't fit. I need more inventory space. I'm such a hoarder in these games. But yeah, to get on your horse and carriage, basically all you have to do is double-click anywhere on the carriage, and pray to whatever gods you believe in that all of your party will be able to navigate and pathfind to a seat and sit down properly. Gareth, thank you for the contribution to the 7 Days to Stream challenge. Like, the maths on that, I'm not sure if it's something we can do easily, but I think it would be a cool challenge and a way to spend points, and maybe I might have to do like a bonus stream on the weekend here and there just so that we can reach that goal. And if we don't, that's fine too. We'll just restart it or something. I don't know. It'll still be fun to do. But yeah, let's double click on this and see if we can all sit down properly. Believe me, if you have 8 party members, it's basically impossible to get them all to sit down properly. And away we go. I mean, for a game from 1992 to have vehicles like this, that was something pretty special. I remember, like, in the first-person shooter age, like Doom, Duke Nukem, Quake, and all that, one of like the holy grails that people were looking for was like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if you could have a drivable vehicle in this game? And then games developers actually implemented them, and people quickly realized that no, we don't want drivable vehicles. That's awful. Because it was always such a crazy hack. And then there was all the turreted vehicle sections, turret combat. Hang on a second. Someone's got a torch. There you go, Jana. See where we're going. Now here we have the problem with horse and carts, is we can't just run over this crocodile, unfortunately. But these several crocodiles, we're going to have to clear them out. Come on, down we go. They've gone. They've vanished. Can we go back to our cart? Everyone remember where we parked? Yes, exactly. There is no there's no hand-holding here. I had several games where I just kind of parked the magic carpet somewhere and could never find it ever again. Okay, we're driving backwards while being attacked by bats. Jana got killed again? What the hell? They went straight for her. Who has a torch? Come on, we need to see what we're doing here. It's the middle of the night. We sped backwards away from slimes only to get... We backed over a snake and had bats attack us and kill the healer again. I mean, to be fair, she's probably the one with the lowest number of hit points. Even Spark, the child, has 13 hit points. Now we need to clear this roadkill off the road because we can't possibly drive over it. Okay, let's drag the snake up here. There. Well, at least we have a cart now, so we don't have to actually physically drag her around. Oh no, here we go. Blocked. Because I'm standing on the railing. Here. Let's go. Giddy up. Dead snakes. Notoriously harder to drive over in a cart. Alright, so there's the slimes. We're safe here for the moment, but everybody's having trouble pathfinding because of the dead body that's in the front seat. Can we move the dead body over here? I might have to cheat ever so slightly. Oh, look at all that slime. If we had more ranged weapons, I might consider just attacking them, but, okay. Come on, let's go. Giddy up. Blocked, yeah. So we either we can't find a path to all of the seats, or we can't move the body out of the way so that we can get to the seats. Oh, come kind of moved there. Are we all set down? No. Yeah, giddy up. Come on, just sit down. We need you all to sit down so that we can take this cart and get out of here. Sentry, you're the last person. Find a seat. Find a seat, man. The slime's coming closer. The slime's gonna get you. So this is why I kind of wanted to walk everywhere. Here's what we can do. Cheat like crazy. Turn hack mover on. We will redecorate our cart by ripping these railings off. And then we can move the seats back a little bit to make more room. And then we'll have enough room for the dead body. And then we can turn hack mover off and play the game normally again. Everybody sit the fuck down. That goes for you too, YOLO. And away we go. Oh, you're kidding me. It's not because I've hacked the cart up. I've done this before. The game will totally let you drive a cart around that's completely refurbished and looks like a house. Except what is going on now? I don't know. Let's go. Giddy up. There we go. That's the cue. We are out of here. We are leaving. We can rotate, can't we? Hello? Oh my goodness. Are we stuck again? Are we going to have to abandon cart? Whoa. Oh, I see what's happened. It's that one slime that was following us. Right. No, none of that blocked nonsense. We are giddying up. Yeah, the slime got stuck under the wheel or something. It's also quite exciting driving this cart at speed when you really don't have much visibility of what's in the road ahead of you. But it is a very fast way to travel. There goes our torch. And here's a cave, actually. Could this possibly be a cave with something fun in it? So this is a spent torch, and we can just chuck it out. Sentry, if you would be so kind. You know what? Let's bring the bloody flaming sword out. It's noisy, but we'll deal with it. And while we're at it, let's save. Jana's dead again, but I don't think that we're going to be able to deal with that. We'll just have to resurrect her again later. There's really not much need to save scum in this game, just because if you do get a complete party wipe... Oh, that's a very small, boring cave. If you do get completely wiped, you just wake up and pause again. Doesn't seem to be any secrets. Okay, just tiny, boring cave. Back on the road. See, it's kind of like them playing musical chairs. YOLO and Sentry both ran to this one chair. YOLO took it first, and now Sentry's just standing there like a muppet. Giddy up. There we go. We're nearly at Minnock. We can park there. There's a random townsman that's just fallen asleep in the road. Okay. Here we go. There's some more random townsmen just asleep in the road. Let's park with them. They seem like good folk. And as a note, yeah, the game does use the term gypsy and not Romani or any of the other better terms. Yeah, you couldn't get away with that now. Hey, Gareth. We'll try not to read too much into it. The game does portray them as kind of getting a raw deal. And some of the townfolk are very, very racist against them. But that's kind of like... that's just showing you how some people are. And they have this really cool cart, too. It's so cool. And some bits of this cart can be used as construction material if you want to build a house in Ultima VII. So just, yeah, rummaging through the stuff. They don't have anything. Oh well. What time is it? We must have arrived here pretty late. 1 in the morning. Okay, so everyone's asleep. What we could do is just get a bedroll out and go to sleep ourselves. Been a long day, and we've witnessed the death of our dear friend Jana, not once but twice. In how many hours shall we wake thee up, puggers? Yeah, let's get a good solid 8 hours. Pleasant dreams. Arise, poggers! Time to continue the quest. When do we eat? Yeah, that's the good thing about having a dead party member, is that at least she doesn't need food all the time like you ravenous beasts. Here, take food. We're gonna have to hunt for some food, aren't we? No, thank thee, good. No, thank thee. Yoink. It looks like Eolo equipped the magic bolts we picked up as well, which I don't know if I want you to be using those for just hunting crocodiles. Could you use the normal bolts, please? Thank you. Alright, let's save again, and we'll do some questing. One of the gypsies here is a fortune teller, and she's the other person that you can go to find out what you need to do on the main quest. Hi. You see a swarthy gypsy with soulful eyes, dressed in colourful clothes. He looks as if he's had the weight of the world on his shoulders. What's your name? I'm Jurgi. Jurgi? Probably Jurgi. Pleased to make thine acquaintance. What's your job? I am the king of the gypsies. What are gypsies, please? Please elaborate for us. My people have almost completely died out in this world. Now that I am their leader, I am making their welfare my sole responsibility. Note, the game is trying to make a big, terrible accent, and I'm not having any of it. I'm not participating in this. Accents can be fun, but they can also be a bit much. Soon I will decide if we will leave Minnock. They've died out, you say. We gypsies are people who live to wander. But there are fewer and fewer places where we are welcome. Cancelled, totally. We are victimized by the ancient hatreds that have plagued our kind since the days of our ancient Caesarea. I was told that you might have someone called Margarita here, or you might be able to serve margaritas. My wife is a wise woman who has some of the necessary talents to see the future. Thou should speak with her. Will do, thank you. Mayest thou have much fortune in thine endeavours. Alright, let's have a talk. Actually, let's look in your crystal ball first.
Go away.
Okay, let's talk. You see a young, bewitching gypsy woman with wise, soul-piercing eyes. And you would be Margarita at thy service, she speaks slowly. The gypsy woman smiles slightly. To tell thy destiny. Okay, what's my destiny? The fortune will cost ye 20 gold, alright? Alright. Margarita takes your money. The gypsy woman peers into her crystal ball. The crystal ball is very murky. I see that thou must join the fellowship if thou wants to learn more about them and discover their true nature. It is not very clear. Ah, yes. There is a new evil that threatens Britannia. I can see that thou shalt have to reckon with it in the future. The crystal ball tells me that the ether of the world, the substance that controls magic, has been affected by this new evil presence. I see further that this evil presence will gain greater power during an event in the near future. This event has something to do with the planets. Seek out a man at the observatory in Moonglow to learn more about this. I see that he has a device which will be very useful to thee. This is wrong. It's not useful. See him soon, for this event is drawing near. We don't have to rush. This is a role-playing game. What is this? I see. Thou dost seek a man with a hook. Hey! He is not thy true adversary, but finding him will be necessary to complete thine ultimate quest. Wait! I see that thou must seek audience with the Time Lord. He is in trouble, although I cannot see what the trouble is. The Time Lord knows much about this new evil, so do not fail to seek him out. To find the Time Lord, thou must first meet the Wisps, who live in the Forest of Yew. They are thy best link to him. The monks of Empath Abbey may know how to contact the Wisps. The ball has grown dark. I see no more. It's a plot hook. I mean, the device that he gives you just lets you see the observatory, right? It's just like you can view the state of the planetary alignment from your backpack. It's kind of meh as items go, but yeah, like she's just given us about 5 different plot points of this enormous tangential plot arc. Where, okay, we need to see the Time Lord, so we need to see the Wisps, so we need to go to Empath Abbey, and then the Wisps need the thing from the Imps, but the Imps are concerned with the logging, and okay, we get the thing from the Imps, and we talk to the Wisps, and then the Wisps want the notebook, so we go to Alagnar, and he wants us to do other stuff before he'll give us the notebook. So we go to Skara Brae, and we talk to the dead people. It's a long quest arc. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Margarita looks up you and says, Thou dost face many dangers ahead. Take care. With those words, Margarita slumps and closes her eyes to rest. She is obviously exhausted. You and me both. Bye. Farewell. Go in peace. So this is the Britannian Mining Corporation. Britannian Mining Company. Yeah. Minnock Branch. Thou dost face many dangers ahead. Also, there's a dead body in your cart. Yeah. Could you just mind that for the moment? Just make sure no one steals it. I'm not saying you're going to steal it. That would be incredibly insensitive of me. I'm just like other people. Yeah. So, what can we find in the Britannian Mining Company's offices? There's a locked chest. We can't have anything like that. Locked chests are an affront to the Avatar. This isn't one of those chests that needs a key, right? I think it's just a normal chest. I mean, I could have a look. Reference is blah blah blah. Type is 522, which is a chest. Frame is 1. Quality is 225. Okay, so that does need a key. Will we find the key? Oh, there's a key in the desk here. How silly of me. Score! That's 9 vials of serpent venom. That is definitely what we need. Why am I looking at Spark? I've got the other lot on me. So it's probably not going to fit in our bag here. Won't fit. Boo. We could take the whole chest. Spark, can you carry this? Not yet, you can't, but soon. Oh jeez. So why don't we? Got a powerful need to loot stuff. Sentry, you grab the bag of gold. Spark, you grab this chest. There. And I don't think there's anything else we want here. Shiny Mining Company, iron ore, lead. Something called BR that they're exporting 2 tons of. Don't know what that could be. Ooh, is that venom I see? It is Cyclone. It is. And with that, we have a total of 15 vials of the stuff, which should be enough for at least 1 grand experiment. Let's move poor Jana's body up a bit. Yes, Poggers? Spark asks? What does that want? Well, I could, you know, roleplay that I'm talking to you about something that I'm going to be doing to you shortly, but actually I was just trying to access your inventory. There we go. Oh, we can't fit the chest on there. There we go. Now we have a chest on our cart. I had a D&D character immune to it and used to drink it as a party trick or make some easy gold. Nice. Well, in this case, it's very specific silver serpent venom. And I'm not sure if I want to do this party trick of mine right now or later when we've done a few quest plot points in town. The trick will take time anyway, so we could do that while we're killing time. But, you know, like the major plot point we need to solve is this delivery of the gold, and oh my gods, no. No, 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 no. My cursor's not responding to me anymore, and I'm in the middle of a save. Don't do this to me, game. Why was it so stable before and now it's... Is it because I'm on DOSBox staging now? I need that for the nice shading effect. Is it because I changed the CPU type? I need that to make it not so fast and slow all the time. I wanted it to be a bit more reliable, but no, the game's crashed on us. Okay, well, this could be very bad because we've crashed while we were saving, which could mean the save is now corrupt or even worse. More than one save slot? Yeah, the Poggers is flush with cash save slot is from the end of the last stream. I am making new save slots as we go, but only 1 per stream, which is perhaps inadvisable. I'll kill it, and we'll try and recover. Oh dear. Actually, the other thing is, this might be okay-ish, because the way Ultima has its save games, there's actually like a separate save area that Journey Onward uses. Ooh, that's loud. Because Journey Onward, it's using like a bunch of files that are all unpacked within the game directory. And when you save, that's when it makes a nice bundled file. Okay, hey, we're here. we're where we are at the moment we tried to save and everything went south. We have a box full of serpent venom. We have other inventory stuff that we've acquired. We could actually start transferring random things into our cart now. Ownership of horse and carriage. That's important we hold on to, but this... 3, 4, 5... I thought I had 6. Okay, so that's a total of 14 vials. Still good for one experiment. I'd have thought DOS emulation would be pretty stable at this point. It's pretty good. Ultima VII was a very special game for its time. It really pushed the envelope of what was possible, to the point that it actually had its own memory manager that conflicted with the standard EMMM 386 memory managers of the time. So generally to play it, you actually used a special boot disk that didn't load your memory managers that would normally give you your extra 8 megabytes of RAM in your PC, because the game wanted to load its own and do its own thing. Also, I forgot to say this before, but I looked up speedruns for this game, and it's around 27 minutes, give or take. Oh yeah, I mean, we're not doing a speedrun here, so... if I wanted to speedrun, the very first episode, we climbed onto the roof of the blacksmith, we went to the cheat room, and you could go straight to the end from there. That would be definitely an any % route. 27 minutes for main quest, though, is not really that much. I'd be interested to see how they managed that. It's probably any % no cheat room. Yeah, it is interesting. I do love me a good speedrun. Mostly I love speedruns for the glitches. Anyway, back to your question, Gareth, about DOS emulation. Yeah, this game goes a bit extra to be a bit extra weird and get this sort of game running on a 386. But also, you know, with the speed that the game runs at, I can boost the speed up and things are smoother, but you'll notice now, like, everything is faster and people run around like they're on coke. Which of course makes the combat really difficult, so I've been slowing it down a fair bit. And DOSBox has a bunch of different cores available for emulating the CPU, and one of them is like a dynamic core that dynamically adjusts the emulation, and it does just-in-time compilation and all sorts of fun stuff like that. But I noticed that it meant that Ultima VII here, when there wasn't much game tick doing things, like to simulate, the rest of the game would go much faster, so combat could be really fast, but then if you go into a busy town, the game would be slow enough that it's too slow for you, and I'd be constantly upping and downing the cycle count. So I wanted to switch to this basic generic CPU core that's just sort of like a more steady experience. It's just like guaranteed slow and steady wins the race. But maybe this one is more buggy. Oh hello, I hear the Moongate sound. There we are. So this is where we could have gone via Moongate, and maybe we'll do that next time. Oh, and let's tell Sentry to take that damn sword off his thing, because it's noisy. So that's where we're at, and maybe off-stream I'll fiddle around with CPU settings and what have you. For now, let's try and carry on as if nothing happened. Oh, nothing indeed happened. Save. We'll deliver our package that totally didn't open and poke around in. It's fine, we're just missing out on a bit of gold. We would still have to do a follow-up quest for the Fellowship anyway. And, you know, we'll just see what's happening at the sawmill that's a famous tourist attraction here in Minnock. You kind of have to make a run for it, though, sometimes. Oh, my aching back. Oh, what's this? Oh, damn it, it's cleaned up already. This might have been what crashed us, honestly. We might have gotten too close to this area, and the game wasn't sure what to do. Let's reload, just in case that's possible to get in there properly. Carlfish knows what's up, but for the rest of you, there's supposed to be another grisly murder in there. Okay. The problem is, sometimes the game gets the flag that it needs to all be cleaned up. There we go. Hooray, a murder! Yay! We can grab this bucket of blood as evidence. More evidence. Oh, look at that. There's a serpentine dagger again. Okay, no one touch this crime scene. Ignore the bloody footprints that we've made coming in here and everyone else going about their business operating a sawmill. We need to do some detective work here. You see a handsome, creative-looking young man. How does someone look creative? That's fairly graphic. Yeah, it is, right? I'm called Sarah, milady. A pleasure to meet thee. What do you do? Please, milady, now is not the time to speak in such a casual way. Why, not far from this very spot there have been not one, but 2 murders committed. Really? What do you know about the murders? It is horrible. Federico and Tanya were looking in for their son, Sasha. He had to run away to join the Fellowship. How could this have happened to them? Sarah slowly shakes his head. Oh, you found my lunch. Thanks. Sasha? I met him a few weeks ago when he came to town looking for the local Fellowship branch. I once let him stay in the night in the guild hall. He said his father would beat him if he knew he was thinking of joining the Fellowship, and I believed him. Sasha's father could be a cruel man. He's basically a good lad, just looking for the truth like a lot of us are. Unfortunately, he's looking in the wrong place. Gypsies? Their camp is just outside of town. There are not too many of them left. Well, yeah, we're missing 2 of them already. I understand that Sasha's aunt, Margarita, is an amazing fortune-teller. For a few gold coins, she can tell thee many things that may be very useful to thee. Okay, bye. A pleasant day to thee, milady. Do come see us again at our world-renowned sawmill. Alright, now a lot of other people were standing around, and it would have been really nice to be able to talk to them all at once, but no, they've buggered off. You see a man with a very worried look on his face. I'm called William, milady. I work in the sawmill here in Minnock. Yeah, the sawmill, I saw all that stuff. I take the logs that are made from all the trees that are cut down by the logger and you, and cut them into planks in the local sawmill. They killed each other at the same time. Case closed. Kind of like that young woman who fatally shot herself in the head twice while handcuffed behind the back in a police car after being frisked. Yeah, things sort of happen all the time. Their guilty consciences get to them. Then I sell the planks, mostly to Owen the shipwright, and some to the Artists Guild as well. And, what's up in Minnock? It was such a quiet town until these murders happened. I cannot believe it. What murders? I found the bodies first thing in the morning when I went to open the sawmill. It took all of the discipline I have gained from the triad of inner strength and the teachings of the Fellowship to keep from going mad at the sight of it. It must have happened sometime last night, but I swear to thee, I never heard a thing. All right, sure. As soon as he dismissed you, the overwrought William hides his face in his hands. But yeah, very graphic. We can't officially move the corpses around. We could hack them over it. yeah, you've got a few bloody splats and the corpse itself. Just for added back move off. Added effect. And what are these things? How about that? It's a light source that we've seen before in the Fellowship. They've got their whole little symbol etched into it and everything. My brother just started working at the Guardian. I wonder if he's plotting to destroy Britannia. I have sound commands now. Cool little water wheel. So that's the main thing that we needed to see, and as you saw, it was actually frequently very buggy. We do need to talk to a bunch of other townspeople about the murder now, because, ooh, suddenly the case is going hot again. But I also want to go deliver the package to the Elena, the Fellowship Guild leader here. We'll definitely never regret adding sound commands. Yeah, that could never happen, Gareth. It's not like I've seen some streamers who've been at it a while and have hundreds of sound commands, and their chat has degenerated into constant spamming of wild and wacky sound effects and beeps and boops. I'm getting a bit tired. I can't remember. Okay, it's a tavern. Cool, we'll find some people here who know about the murder. You see an elderly man struggling to maintain a regal posture. Just don't turn on text-to-speech. L underscore question mark, L underscore question mark, L underscore question mark. Is that one of those that does funny things to the TTS? Interesting. It's kind of an art form that some people find these weird little ways to make them do sound effects. His eyes widen at the sight of you. I had heard thou wert travelling in Britannia again, but it took mine own eyes to believe it. Welcome, Avatar. What's your name? Burnside is my name. I am Mayor of Minnock and have been, lo, these past 20 years and more. Apart from this business of the murders, we are a town run by commerce. Gold runs this town. As goes the money, so goes Minnock. Take this monument affair, for instance. I'm not really interested in the monument. We'll go through the murders a bit. As Frederico and Tanya were not actually residents of Minnock, there is little I can do as mayor other than increase the town guard. The investigation falls somewhat beyond my jurisdiction. It would appear that the killer or killers were from out of town and are probably long gone by now. Thank goodness. Uh-huh. A pleasure, friend Avatar, a pleasure. Who's this person then? You see a stern but friendly-looking man dressed in military fashion. As you watch him, you get the feeling he's sizing you up as well. I am Jaka, named after a great general from the ancient times of Caesarea. Welcome to Minnock. Minnock? Ours is city commerce, although lately its primary trade seems to be gossip and envy. For these murders, the latest local scandal had been the statue to be built of Owen the shipwright. And that is a nice little plot hook that we could go and investigate later, but the murders? I suspect the killer, or killers, are from out of town and probably long gone by now. It just sounds silly. Okay, cool. There's not been a local murder for some time before today. Our fair measure of prosperity has made the people here mostly tolerant of each other. That's why the gypsies settled here. We're very tolerant. That's why the gypsies settled here. The apparent lack of motive is puzzling. Yeah, gypsies. Thou wouldst do better to ask Karina. She's a good friend of the gypsies and would know more about them than I. What was gone? I doubt that anyone in our community is the killer. If the stranger or strangers involved were to remain for long after the crime, they would soon be revealed. Therefore, the killers are no longer in town. Cool. Bye. It's been a pleasure speaking with thee. The gypsies definitely did it. Yeah, that's what people will say, alright. So that's the innkeeper. I'm looking really for the fellowship person and anyone else who might know about the murder. This is the Artisans Guild, I believe. Yeah. So we've got someone who makes candelabras, and oh, look at that! It's the fellowship candelabra thing. We need to talk to them about that, don't we? And actually, I think it's our old friend... No, that's not the one. Yeah, Julia's the other tinkerer. You see a cheerful woman with bright eyes and blonde hair. Hello, my name is Xanthia. Oh, it's Xanthia from Hand of Fate. How are you doing? I'm a member of the Artists Guild in Minnock. I make and sell candelabras. Ah, yeah, candelabras. I make simple candelabras, but sometimes I will do commissioned work, making more specific ones. I was hired by the Fellowship to make the candelabras for all of their Fellowship halls. How about that? Eleanor, the head of the local Fellowship branch, showed me a picture of the Fellowship symbol, and I based my design for the candelabra on that. There was a candelabra at the murder site. You described the candelabra found at the murder scene to Xanthia. Her eyes widened with recognition. Yes, that is one of the candelabras I made. It was in the sawmill at the murder site? Yes. Xanthia looks shocked. How horrible! I swear I do not know how it could have gotten there. Thou shouldst certainly ask Eleanor about it. And, yeah, where is Eleanor? Yeah, she's quite a recruiter. Why, she got Burnside, our mayor, to join, as well as Gregor, the local head of the Britannian Mining Company, and Owen, our shipwright. He's soon to be famous, I'm sorry to say. She has never asked me to join, thank goodness. Cool. Farewell, milady. I hope I was of some assistance to thee. We've got a bunch of jewellery here, which we won't steal because it's not something we can sell. We've got some other guys here we could talk to later when we're experimenting with the serpent venom. Is this the Fellowship Hall? No, Town Hall. Fellowship Hall is here. Yo, Eleanor, we're on to you. Where were you between the hours of 10 PM and 9 AM this morning? Also, there's a package for you. You see a woman whose cultured manner is tinged with a suggestion of arrogance. What's your name? She straightens her shoulders and looks you in the eye. I'm Eleanor. Cool. What do you do? I'm the head counsellor of the Fellowship branch here in Minnock. We're a society of spiritual seekers dedicated to achieving our highest potential, advancing worthiness, unity, and trust in our brothers. Ah, but thou dost know all of this. I now recall a message Batlin sent to me. I've been expecting thee. Thou hast been sent to deliver our package. Thou mayest relinquish it now. How did the message reach you faster than I came here? We came here pretty fast. And considering the package contents was itself a message, why not just send the message? But yes, we are here to deliver the package. You produce the package and hold it before Eleanor. Her eyes shift from you to the package and then back to you. Surely thou hast been instructed not to open the package. Hast thou opened it nonetheless? No, that's how I found it. It was given to me like that. Eleanor takes the package from you. Examining it, she immediately notices that it has been opened. Milady, the box is open. Certainly, one such as diligent such as thee could not have been robbed. She inspects the inside of the box. Ah, good. The contents, at least, are still intact. The guilty one was only a victim of his own curiosity and not truly a thief. She looks at you up and down. It is quite possible that thou wilt still learn to be a worthy member of our illustrious membership. We shall see. She sniffs. This will, of course, be reported to Batlin. Have you seen EA lately? It's in the game. I was just missed them. They were here collecting funds. They have moved on to Paws to visit our shelter there. And about this candelabra that we found at the murder scene. Yes, the Fellowship commissioned Xanthia to create a candelabra which thou dost describe. Its design incorporates our 3 tenets: U for unity, T for trust, and W for worthiness. You tell Eleanor that it was found at the murder site. Eleanor registers surprise. I cannot imagine why it was there. Someone must be trying to implicate the Fellowship. She thinks a moment. If thou didst ask it of me, I would wager that Federico and Tanya were murdered by their own people. And another gypsy placed the candelabra at the site to implicate us. Those gypsies would kill their own mother if it meant gaining a bit of gold. Twitch, please don't cancel me. I'm just reading what the game is saying, and the game itself isn't really saying this, it's just putting words in this person's mouth. I think that's all we need to hear for now. I have a feeling that we shall see each other again. Not if I see you first. So do they have anything? Oh yeah, they've got another sealed box here. Yoink. I do love these sealed boxes. She's blaming it all on Gypsy crime. Yep. While she's out there, let's just poke around. There's a ring, some cloth, some more gold. Crystal ball. Oh, how about that? Let's have a look at that crystal ball again. I double-clicked a bit too much. Yeah, so Eleanor here has a crystal ball that's scrying on a location that we've seen a bit already. It's Lord Patricia's bedroom. How about that? Maybe that's perfectly innocent. Maybe it's just like Lord Patricia likes to broadcast his bedroom and she's just tuning into his live stream. Yeah, that's probably it. Alright, so we delivered the package. We've got a few more clues about the murder. I think it's past time that we experimented with imbuing Spark with ultimate power. Let's go back to our cart and we'll save the game and we'll... I have a fairly good idea of how much dosage is required, but we'll have to experiment. So, now we're experimenting on small boys, cancelled again. We're just buffing him up a bit. He wants to be strong so he can find his father's killer and exact justice. And look at the guy, he's scrawny as. Look at these stats. Strength of 14, he's not going to get fast in the world with that. Lord British logs in on the hot tubs category, yes. So yeah, what we're going to do is save. And we're going to take it slowly just to show you what happens normally with the game if you try and use drugs, because drugs are bad. Okay. If we gave Spark, hang on. Okay, if we give Spark 1 dose of Silver Serpent Venom, he feels pretty good for a bit. His strength of 14 is now 19. So it's gone up by 5. That's pretty amazing. And that means he'll get more hit points. And he's got a dexterity of 27, actually. Wow. He can carry more stuff, which is what we're really interested in. We want him to be able to carry lots of stuff. The problem is drugs give you a temporary high, but they wear off, okay? They're not good for you in the long run. Ultimately, you'll find that like you're going about your business and suddenly things will wear off and you're not going to feel so good anymore. So we'll just wander around. Maybe we'll talk to some more people. Shopkeeper Xanthia, hello again. Bye. I'm not sure if I can just sleep to skip this time. Give it a go. Have a nap. In how many hours shall we wake thee up, Poggers? Just like 2 is probably enough. Pleasant dreams. Arise, Poggers. Time to continue the quest. So, Spark is still buff. Okay, so it might be like we have to wait some real time for this to work. Just need more drugs. Exactly, son. That's basically what we need. And now we have it. But there's a trick to it. And I hope to illustrate that. Ooh, poison dagger. It looks very cool, but it's not actually that effective. You can just poke through people's stuff. Although that isn't letting game time pass, is it? So that's not really optimal. Some iron ore and some pickaxes. If we see anything nice, when we reload our save, we can come back and grab a reels. How's Poppy doing? She's curled up and is looking quite cozy. Good, good. Can explore the town a bit more, I guess. Just show you all everything that there is here. This should be the shipwrights building. Oh, this is his house, I think. He's got some stuff there, not really interesting. He has 8 copies of his own book. This Old Ship, by Owen of Minnock. This tome contains much more than just the fundamentals for building ships and other assorted sailing vessels. It has everything any shipwright could ever need. The text is aimed at amateurs, which is what most of thou art in comparison, but holds the jewels of wisdom for even the most skilled shipwright. The latter parts of this fine manual is dedicated to the repair of damaged ships, and makes a distinction between working on one's own ships and those crafted by others. Owen is a bit full of himself. And they're going to build a statue to him. Good doggy. Should we get some water out of the well? Because that's a thing you can do. We didn't need to, but, like, there you go. There's a blacksmith in here that is useful for a much, much later quest. Hey, guy. You see a man whose long hours of difficult, smouldering work have frozen his face into a rigid expression, with eyes like hot coals. I am Zorn. I am the blacksmith of Minnock. Cool story. Goodbye, my lady. I think we could actually buy some like weapons and things off him, but it's not anything magical, so we don't care. Whoop. There we go. Aola said, "Thou dost not look well." And if we look at Spark, indeed, the drugs have worn off, and he now has a strength of 13, not his original 14. It gives you a bonus of 5 for a little while, but it does take it away at the end. So what do we do about this? Well, obviously we've learned that drugs are bad, and their bonus is fleeting. So the solution is just more drugs. And I believe the threshold is about 7, if I'm remembering correctly. We could try 6. It would kind of vary from person to person, really. Considering Spark has a fairly low score already. We might try 6, but 7 is probably the minimum. The trick is, you take all the drugs, but you take them all at the exact same instant. 1, 2, and his stats up. 3, 4, 5, hold still, boy. 6. Yeah, that might be right. He's capped out at 30 now. Let's just do a 7th, just to be sure, because I don't want to waste people's time on this stream while we're waiting for that to wear off again. It takes several minutes, it seems. 7. So we've topped him up above 30. And now we just need to wait to see what happens when it wears off. And it will wear off much the same way it did before, all in one go. And because of the way numbers work in this game, particularly your stats, we get to see something very special, hopefully. And if not, we'll just reload the game and give him more drugs. It's fine. The boy will be fine. He'll be feeling better than fine, actually. You see a stealthy-looking woman, dressed all in green. There is a wicked grin on her face. Excuse me, my voice is dying a bit. I'm going to take a small break to drink and eat. Okay, I'm unmuted. I could probably be eating and drinking something that would be better for my throat, but this is what I have. And that's not how metabolizing drugs works. They're magical drugs. Yes, exactly, Gareth. You just have to have all the drugs in the same instant of time. So what's your name? I answer to Karina and nothing else. I'm a teacher in Minnock, along with Jaka. Ah, yes, they're the two trainers. What do you know about the murders? Shocking! Such things do not normally happen here. It well proves the value of knowing how to defend oneself. And what do you think about the wandering folk? Federico, the leader of the gypsies, and his wife, Tanya, were good people. There you go. Why, the worst thing I ever knew either of them to do was a simple prank. What sort of prank was it? Once Federico threw a rock through a window of the local fellowship branch. Oh well, I thought it was amusing. Magical drugs have a go-away life, not a half-life. Correct. They just all evaporate from your system all at once. There's no real hangover except from the permanent impairment to your stats. What about Jacko? He's quite an able trainer in his own right. Not as skilled as myself, obviously. But I do think he's cute, though I bid thee, do not tell him that I spoke of this. It will only encourage him. And yeah, you can totally set them up. So your teacher. I teach that singular skill which enables one to learn all the lessons of life without losing it in the process. Combat. I would charge thee 20 gold for each training session. Art thou still interested? No, not right now. I would have to consult a spreadsheet to figure out exactly where my skill points are best placed. And anyway, as the avatar, I'm not going to be doing much training at all. I have an expansion pack for that. Very well. If thou art fortunate, thou wilt not have cause to regret it. Bye. Farewell. May all thy journeys be interesting ones. So yeah, they live in the same building, basically, and they do training here. They're totally not into each other, but actually they totally are. Wandering around, waiting for things to fall off. What sort of prank was it? They butchered 2 people and made it look like a satanic ritual. Exactly, son. Just harmless. It's just a prank, bro. Looking for things while we... Here we go. Here's another entrance to... Nope, that's my inventory. Britannian Mining Company. Old number 1. Okay, so this is the old number 1 mine. That presumably doesn't have much stuff in it anymore, and they're not using it, and it's dark. And there's creatures. Scary monsters. Well, Spark should be able to deal with anything that we throw at them at the moment, because he's got maxed out stats. And maybe I could use a tiny free light spell while we're in here looking for stuff. Someone set a campfire in this abandoned mine. That's strange. I do know that there's more stuff that we can find in these mines. Hello. Danger, do not enter. And a magically locked door. Well, we can't actually get through that right now, unfortunately. We need a particular spell. And we're not even high enough... Oh no, we're level 4 now. We can probably cast it. But we'll have to maybe come back here later and find out what's so important that they've decided to lock it away in an abandoned mine. And I do recall there are some goodies that we can get in these mines, but I don't remember which ones or whereabouts. Oh, that's distressing. Well, if we find the people who did this, they can have a good killing. And if there's anything good in... Well, I shouldn't loot too much because it's possible that the effect that we want on Spark isn't going to take and we'll have to reload a save. But just in case, okay, yeah, we've got some potions out of it. We could give those to Jana. She's on the cart. A white potion is light. We can just use that as is. Orange is pointless. Gloves, blah, 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 yeah. There's a ring of invisibility, though. That might be useful later. Gotta go help my wife set up her new phone. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Good luck with the drugs. Thank you, Gareth. I will let everyone know how it goes on the Twitters. Whoop. Thou dost not look well. Thou dost not look well. Thou dost not look well. You know there's possibly a problem when your entire party all comments immediately that you look terrible. So this means... Oh goody. This means the drugs wore off of Spark. How are you feeling, my boy? You're looking actually quite healthy. Oh yes. Because you're currently carrying 13 out of a total of 490 stones. Let's look at your stats. Strength, 245. Dexterity 30, intelligence 30. Combat is only 10, but that's fine. Your strength should more than make up for that. Doctor, my child is suffering from a bad case of integer underflow. Yes, integer underflow is a very common problem in boys his age. And miraculously, the dexterity and intelligence stats get capped at 30, but the strength stat does not. And it's rolled all the way around to 245. I do remember there were a few problems with this sometimes. And we might have to keep an eye on Spark, because it's possible for him to now heal up to a health of 245. Except hit points are a signed integer and not an unsigned integer, so he can fall into a coma if he does that. So we might want to apply more venom and get it to underflow even more. Or we might just see how it goes. It should be fine. It's probably fine. Either way, you can carry a lot more goodies now. Lol, so you literally have to stab him till he's better. Oh, I'm not sure that would work either, because once they're in the negatives, you can keep stabbing them and they should eventually die. I don't know what the game considers like actually dead. We saw that Jano before in the swamp was unconscious at -2. It might be kind of based on some old school D&D rules where like maybe you have to get to -10. But yeah. I wonder if I want to undo this and try for a slightly lower strength. No, you know what? This is like this stream is just for funs and like shits and giggles. We can have fun with it, and if he falls into a coma, we will just deal with that. But for now, well done, Spark. Oh, we found more venom. It's great. We can do more experiments later. Found a gold nugget. Found some booze. Here you are, boy. You're definitely old enough to drink now. Oh, okay. Doesn't want any. Does anyone want booze? Can't believe it. Okay, so no goodies there. Oh. More combat noises. Just get this out, come on. Headless. A classic enemy of the Ultima series. If a perplexing one. Don't stand in the fire. Don't stand in the fire. Jeez. Do I need to give you drugs as well, Sentry? I'm a bit wounded. YOLO is fine. Spark is probably fine. Okay. Yeah, headless. They're naked, headless male people. It's very strange. Why am I carrying the gold around? Spark can carry all the things around now. More gold nuggets. Don't mind if I do. And I guess this means we can actually save now that our experiment has come out okay. Drugs are actually pretty awesome. Okay, can't fit that whole thing. I'll have some. Yeah. We might be able to distribute it to a lot of our party members. We won't need to take any ourselves, because of course that would be potentially hazardous if the avatar fell into a coma due to negative hit points rollover. But also because, yeah, the Forge of Virtue expansion... Whoa, hello, it's a Cyclops. Die, Cyclops. The Forge of Virtue expansion lets us do a couple of quests and very easily gain max stats for the avatar. So rather than bother with actually training and whatnot, we'll just do that. Ooh, it's a powder keg. Those are fun. Spark, you can hang on to that. Ooh, more powder kegs. A lot of random broken bits of garbage and things. Spider. Powder keg, spark, what can go wrong? You know, I did not make that connection. That's brilliant. To the death! Hello, ma'am. How are you? Good to have you in here. Can I get a shout out from ma'am? It's not voice activated. I'm just like imitating what you do with your Memdroid. Mamela is another streamer in the Stream Shed, which I am now a part of. Is an Australian streamer who does a lot of cool open world sim games like the Assassin's Creed games. Oh look, a very obvious weird wall. Let's just walk through it. And Witcher games and things like that. And I'm getting distracted by looting and trying to do a shout out at the same time. You get the impression, you know, you get the idea. Go follow these people that I follow. They are nice. Ooh, and here we have a mining machine, and it's got some gold nuggets. So does that mean it has been mining gold nuggets, and we could just run this machine and get all the gold we want? No. The machine is broken. A pity. There's easier ways to get gold in this game anyway. MZZ, hello, hello. So many cool people here today in the stream. Ah, spiders. To the death. Where did Spark run off to? Why are you running away, boy? You're the strongest person in all of Britannia. You don't need to run away from anything anymore. I've done you a huge favor by giving you all those drugs. Would you like a shout out, Emmy? You've been a bit hesitant before, and you know it's not the clip version, so we're not gonna see any of these amazing, wild and wacky clips that you've got of various insane things happening. But I do still like endorsing you because you are one of the best wholesome retro DOS streamers that I've ever come across. And through you, we've found so many more. Spark, you just hold on to these. Oh, that's right. So now we have a problem with Spark in that he can hold all of this weight, but his backpack can't, won't fit. Oh no, it's fine, but thank you for the sentiment. You're welcome. Nobody follow MZZ. She definitely didn't do a really cool keen race with Sonneveld and the G-Funk on the weekend. I'm very glad to found you two. Ah, thank you. But what this really means is Spark's backpack is too small, and we could just have him lug a big heavy wooden crate around, which would normally be silly because look, that thing weighs maths. It weighs 15 stone just by itself as an empty crate. But Spark doesn't care about that anymore. He can just load up a big crate full of stuff. And we can leave this backpack behind. Intended to catch the weekend stream, but ended up cooking all day. Yeah, no, that's cool. I find like the problem with having all of these cool people that I'm discovering via other cool people, via raids and shoutouts and what have you, is that I've reached the point now where there's so many people on Twitch that I want to follow and watch their streams, but it is physically impossible to do so. Like, you know, I can catch people's streams here and there, but for the most part, it's a case of like, well, okay, there's 3 different people I would like to watch right now, but also I should be sleeping. Yeah, there's no time to watch anyone. Butter chicken, bolognese, apple crumble, banana bread, all on Sunday afternoon. Wow. Do you have any, like, empty apartments near you and Zul, Memela? Like, you know, just like a neighboring unit that a Neko could move into, and in the event that you made too much food, whoops, you could just bring it around to your neighbor and like, here you go, I made some delicious food. Alright, I think we've explored all of this mine except for that magically locked door. And we have our magically imbued small child that is now a killing machine. This should be fine. Let's go back to the cart and dump our stuff, and maybe we can clean up inventory a bit. I'll try and keep the inventory cleaning off stream just because it gets repetitive with all of the won't fit errors. I go too far. I think I walked straight out of town by accident. Oh no, there's the watermill. Did everyone remember where we parked? Ah, here we go. Yes, it's the cart with the dead body inside. I remember now. So I think a chest can hold about the same as a crate, so we could probably transfer Spark's random powder kegs and things in here. Just because there's no real reason to actually be holding on to them except when I want to do cheesy stuff and explode stuff. The gold we'll hang on to. Poor Jana, we want to possibly revive her. We don't have the ability to do that just yet. Oh, but that's a sack of gold, and Spark can hold that now. Or we could keep it in the cart. There we go. Yeah, I'll do the rest of the inventory management off stream because that's just going to be far too boring, and I find I can't talk and do that at the same time. Hey, not many apartment buildings out here. We're renting in the suburbs at the moment. Super weird. We're used to apartments in the inner Westall. Yeah, I can't say anything about that on stream anyway. Speaking of renting, oh yeah, Emmy, if you want to advertise a room for rent on my stream in lieu of a shout out, please do. Oh, you scored a new housemate. Excellent. Are they weird? Are they a mass murderer? Do they like cats? Because the first two I could ignore. Like, the third one is really the important thing there. Greetings once again, Jurgi says as he bows, making a swirling gesture with his hand. I'm actually looking for the other person. Here you are. Where's Sasha? Sasha's hiding. She knows what Keen is, so I was sold, and she has a cat who looks like Dax but is black and white. Nice! That sounds perfect. You see a young gypsy lad. Yes, for those of you who have just come in, the game is not afraid to use the G word here. It's doing its best. Let's give it some slack. He is wearing a fellowship medallion. His eyes look down, and his expression is one of extreme sorrow. What's your name? My name is Sasha. What do you do? What is your employment? I'm too young to have a job. I'm a gypsy as my parents were gypsies. I'm also a member of the Fellowship. Uh-huh. And tell me about your parents. They sound great. My parents, Federico and Tanya, were murdered. I do not know why anyone would want to harm them. Oh, I do not know why anyone would want to harm them. Yeah, I accidentally added a period in there. The words choke out of the boy. Suddenly he's overwhelmed by grief and is unable to speak further. So, about the murders. It happened at the sawmill in Minnock. And what do you think about the Fellowship? Fellowship is a group that has been gaining much popularity in recent years with the people of Britannia. Well, on the surface it may appear to be a simply... I'm getting tired, friends. May appear to be a scholarly society studying its particular philosophy. Its teachings have the power to forever alter the shape of Britannian society. Its ceremonies are deeply moving experiences. For the past week I've been away from home doing Interesting, his accent's come back now that he's finished doing the main spiel. Away from home doing work for the Fellowship. Alright, bye. I don't need to hear more about the philosophy. I'm only going to join them. I don't need to actually understand what they do. MZZ has redeemed Bother Cat. Excellent. Let's just pause this and take away this source of noise. Thank you, Sentry. And we will switch to the Just Catting screen so that we can have a good look at Poppy and what Poppy is up to right now. It looks like Poppy's sleeping. Meow, meow. Oh, big stretch. How are you? What are you doing, Poppy? I just hear I had to pick from the street. We're not going to bother her too much. Yeah, perfect. Seems fairly unfazed by me waking her up at least. I think if I upgrade to the Pro version of the camera app, you'd be able to get my voice through the phone itself. Ah, yes, I'm talking to them. Talking to my imaginary friends, Poppy. I must think it's ever so weird that every Monday I start talking to myself and occasionally come to bother you while pointing a camera in your face. Ugh. Okay. That'll do for now. That'll do for now. Cat has been bothered, though she didn't seem too troubled by it. What would really bother her if I picked her up, but that would be difficult to do because she's kind of entrenched in the flan right there. She's so confused why he left suddenly. Yeah, like the only times I get a good opportunity to pick her up where she truly does get bothered and starts using her little grumpy, put me down, meow, is when she's in the kitchen yelling at me for dinner time. Hi, you looking out the window? Hello. And then I can get her like properly scooped up and imprisoned in a cuddle jail. But as she is right now, she would be quite difficult to pick up, I think. Yes. Looks like she's looking into the camera, which is great. Good work, Poppy. We'll hit 1 million subscribers in no time. Oh, big yawn. Alright, a bit more game, I think. It's nearly 10 o'clock. This is quite late for me. Stream-wise. Yep, it defaulted to mute, of course it did. I mean, that's probably a sensible thing to default to. I was prepared for my internet dropping out tonight. Because it has been dropping out again, just as I thought it had been fixed on the weekend. It has been flaky as fuck. So I'd actually been recording the stream locally as well as streaming it to Twitch, thinking that, okay, if I hit a bunch of dropouts, I can at least still upload a complete VOD. But no, OBS has decided to crash. This is great. Thanks, OBS. We got a good look at Poppy at least. I think that was good. That was fine to have the stream crash when attempting to stop viewing the cat. Oh, thank you again, Mr. Cynics, for the contribution to the 7 Days to Stream challenge. I suppose this counts as a second stream, so that you're allowed to do that. That's an interesting hack. Okay, cool. We'll roll with that. Let me see if I can go back to the game screen without it crashing this time. Alright. It's not capturing the game, but that's easily remedied. There we go. Everything is fine. Nothing crashed. Game hasn't crashed. Stream hasn't crashed. Neko is a bit tired and might crash later. Dare we try and save again? I think what I'm going to do with these save games is I'm just going to clear them out and back them up each week. Just so I have multiple saves available all the time and I'm not going to get confused. I have a bad feeling. You shut up, Avatar. Alright, so we made it to Minnock. We have imbued our small child with enough drugs that they haven't just overdosed, they've underdosed and are now inhuman killing machine. We delivered the package that Batlin wanted us to deliver, and we've learned a little bit about the murders, but I seem to recall there's one more clue we can find as to what happened that night. I mean, obviously we know the murderers are still that Captain Hook and his friends, but there's someone who witnessed them on the streets late at night. Oh, hello, it's our old friend, Julia. You're Julia. You see Julia, a member of your party of adventurers from one of your previous visits to Britannia. What's your name? Has it really been that long? Poggers? 'Tis I, Julia. What do you do? Since accompanying thee on thine adventures when thou wast last in Britannia, I've become the Tinker of Minnock. I repair things for the people of the town. But my duties and obligations are not so pressing as to prevent me from joining thee again, shouldst thou wish it. After all, when thou art in Britannia, thou hast usually come to repair very important things and help put the world to rights. We could ask her to join. I mean, Empress Val, thank you for the contribution. How are you, friend? We could ask her to join. We have Jana, who's dead in the back of the cart at the moment. Let's get her to join and we can see her stats and decide whether we want to keep her or not. Aye, it would be my pleasure. What do you think of this small child who is now absolutely shredded? And who is this fine young lad? My name is Spark, milady. He is a cute one, and so well-mannered. Spark turns beet red. Well, if she can embarrass Spark, then maybe we should keep her on board. Here's Ayolo, you remember him. Hey, Ayolo. 'Tis a pleasure to see thee again, Julia. The other two are not around, so what do you think of Minnock? Thank you for the shout-out, Empress Vel. I was going to ask you to do that anyway. Yeah, Empress Vel has had a bit of a break in her streaming schedule lately due to fun health things, but is getting right back into it with some... Oh, what are we doing? House Flipper and the food truck simulator. That's on Tuesday and Thursday this week. Oh, Hooked on You, that's right. We were doing the Hooked on You as a sort of like distraction and got about like halfway through maybe. Yeah, Hooked on You is amusing because it's using the Dead by Daylight characters but in a dating simulator kind of game. So yeah, please do check Empress out if you aren't following already. 'Tis a terrible thing to be happening in our town. These murders. Minnock was once a safe and quiet place. Safe and quiet? Well, at least safe, if not necessarily quiet. Especially with all the commotion caused by Owen and his monument. This is a smixy kind of way. Bought it, but I want to finish it. Paid money. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes, doesn't it? Like, you started it. Especially because you started it on stream, you feel like maybe held accountable for like, well, people will know if I just drop it. It's not like something you bought privately and decided it's not for you. Tell me about this monument then. The Fellowship wanted to build a statue of Owen. That way they can use him as an example of the success of the Fellowship philosophy. It would also increase Owen's business to the point of upsetting the local economy and driving the Artists Guild out of business. And what do you know about the murders? Federico and Tanya were killed at the Mannix sawmill, while in a manner most gruesome. Federico was the leader of the Gypsies, and Tanya was his wife. They lived outside of town. I know nothing more about them. Owen is our local shipwright. Frankly, I think he's something of a fool. Why was it gruesome? The manner in which Federico and Tanya were murdered suggests a ritual killing. From what I have been hearing, it is similar to the one that thou hast run across in Trinsic, and one that occurred in Britain a while ago. It is a most puzzling mystery. Cool, okay. Goodbye, poggers. So now Julia's joined the party. She does not have a backpack. She has bananas. She has a hammer and bananas. So far, you're not selling yourself well as a party member, Julia. And yeah, you have a strength of 12, which is one less even than Jana. Combat of 8. We might ask you to just kind of stay here, and we'll go resurrect Jana. It is good to speak with thee again, poggers. Julia greets you. Could you leave for now? Art thou sure thou just want me to leave? Yes. Dost thou want me to wait here, or should I go home? Just go home. You're already home, but just... Well, fine, if that is thy wish. I shall leave. There's no need to be upset about it. Honestly, Julia is one of the people who, if you try to recruit her and there's a lot of people in your party already, she'll say no. She'll actually reject you. And if you want to get her into like a party of 8, then you have to dismiss some other people, bring her in, and then rehire the other people. But it's fine. Too many cooks spoil the broth, and too many party members slow down the game and eat all your food. So we're not going to do that. You could rifle through people's belongings here in the Artists Guild. I think it was this person, like the person who has this corner of the shop, that is the one who witnessed things late at night. If I could remember who they were and where they are. Maybe? Yes, you. Guy. Oh no, that's Sarah. We've talked to him already. Son of Eld. Welcome in, friend. And thank you for the contribution to the stream challenge. You know, I thought I'd maybe set the goal a bit too low. But especially with that accidental double stream, I think we'll hit it no problems. Which is fine, we do want to actually do it anyway. Like, I got 7 Days to Die in one of the earlier alpha days. It's still technically an alpha. But hadn't played it for a while. Picked it up again months ago. Just played a little bit and was like, oh yeah, this is cool. I want to play it more. But then just got distracted by even more games. Hello, doggy. So an incentive to just sit down and play it on stream could be fun. I should have contributed 10 minutes ago so I could do it twice. It's fine, Son of Eld. I think this will be fine. Especially if I do like a bonus stream on the weekend at some point, maybe. Not suggesting I will, but it's a thing that might happen. You'll all just have to pay close attention to my Twitters if I suddenly decide to go live with something. Locked chest, how about that? Wonder if there's a key to that. That's also locked. this is Owen, the shipwright. We could talk to him. I mean, look, he's got more copies of that book. We definitely don't want to buy a ship from him. That was that house. Does he have any keys stashed at home? Because that's usually how this goes down. You keep the key to your important chests and stuff elsewhere. Maybe buried under something else. Here you go, Spark. Have 3 gold coins. No, it might be a case of like, oh, he drops a key or something like that. Yeah, if I'm remembering right, I think that's exactly what happens. We advance the quest a bit, and then we find a key later to get the evidence. But let's have a chat to him. You got me with that one. Not gonna lie, you got me with that one. Because frequently the Guardian does that laugh when you come across someone and they're dead, or something terrible happens and it's your fault. And it is possible for that, so I was like, oh, did the quest bug out? No, that's right. Neko, you dumbass, you put that in as a sound command to let your viewers troll you, and now you're reaping the consequences of your actions. You see a young man dressed in an expensive tunic. He is very serious. My name, milady, is Owen. It is a name I suspect thou shalt be hearing more of in the future. He looks you in the eye and speaks without the slightest trace of modesty. I am, he says, the greatest shipwright in the history of Minnock. I am the greatest shipwright who has ever lived. Uh-huh. You're the greatest. And dost thou know how I became that way? I shall tell thee. I started to hear a voice in mine head. Oh, I know thou shalt think me mad. Oh, yeah, voices. These were not the voices of anyone I have ever known, but still, these voices had a profound effect on me. Have you seen my crown jewels? The crown jewel was in town and left early this morning. It was scheduled to sail for Paws. Have you seen a man with a hook? I saw a man with a hook for a hand wandering around town last night. Can I call you mad? After searching for a meaning to this voice, which proved difficult, for how dost thou tell someone, especially a stranger, that thou art hearing a voice in thy head, I came across the Fellowship. They taught me what the voice was. This was the voice of reason within mine own mind, which sought to guide my life in its proper direction. The Fellowship taught me how to trust this voice and heed what it says, and thou canst see the results in mine own life. I have mastered my craft and advanced the techniques of shipbuilding through the methods I have devised. What methods are those? I have even written a book describing the advances I have made in the methods of shipbuilding. It is very advanced, but I have tried to write it so it is accessible to the layman. Wouldst thou be interested in purchasing a copy? No. Huh. I suppose it would be beyond thy comprehension anyway. Yeah, we don't want to buy a ship from you, so goodbye. Tired of benefiting from my presence? Very well. I shall see thee again, I hope. So yeah, he's a little bit full of himself. But we don't yet have any reason to think that he's outright dangerous. There is a hermit who lives on the edge of town, however, who thinks otherwise. We might go find him, because that's a nice little side quest to do. Ooh, barrel. Ooh, garbage. Yeah, we'll do that side quest. We'll kind of wrap up the Minnock storyline a bit. Now that we've seen the murders and we kind of know that it's Hook again with the crown jewel. Is it around here? Ooh, there's a cave, yes. And I suppose if we happen to come across more silver serpent venom, then we're obliged to just pick it up and experiment more on our party members later. That's just a thing that will have to happen, unfortunately. YOLO, sentry. Oh, look at that. Unfortunately, we've got more. I will sort this out later. We can just dump everything on Spark at the moment because he's got an enormous crate strapped to his back. Anything else? That's not a barrel. I mean, it's a barrel, but it's filled with explosive powder, so don't double click it. Some pickaxes. I want light to see and talk to this person. A sneering man watches as you approach. His eyes shift back and forth suspiciously. I'm Mikos. I'm the foreman of the Minnock mine. Okay, Minnock? He spits on the ground. A pox on them. Down here I'm safe from all of their arguing. Next they will be killing each other. Well, you say that, as it happens. This mine is run by the Britannian Mining Company. It's inside what was once the dungeon Covetous. They mine for iron ore, lead, and other minerals with highly trained miners and special mining machinery. Highly trained miners, you say? Currently, most of the miners are away as the machines are being repaired. Right now we have 2 engineers, Owings and Malloy, down in a branch of the main tunnel. Do not disturb them, for they are involved in a special project. We also have a gargoyle, Foedus. I like how he's not included them with the humans, who is helping to maintain a semblance of the mine's usual operations. And the machinery? This place is full of machinery that is very dangerous if thou dost not know what thou art doing. Thou dost not wish to see what one of those digging contraptions can do to a man if he gets too close. Mikos shakes his head slowly. I'm not sure where the Britannian Mining Company found them. Do not wander around here, milady. Thou shouldst leave right away. You're not the boss of me. Let's use a small light spell. And keep poking around. Because we're finding more venom. So much more venom. It's delicious. We're going to have an army of super soldiers protecting us. It's going to be amazing. Wow, that light cantrip sure does not last very long, does it? Yeah, just put one of these torches and there we go. Random things. Sentry, you may as well get one of... You may as well use a torch. There you go. Here's the gargoyle they mentioned. You see a wingless gargoyle with terrible skin disease. Looks as if his face is falling off in patches. Oh my lord, the light doesn't last long at all. Yeah, it's a problem, Empress. You can have spells later on that last a lot longer, but then I'm loath to use them because they cost materials. And there's a fire sword that we've got in our party, which I would normally be using to light things up. But for whatever reason, the way that the emulation is working, it doesn't sound as good as I remember it. Or maybe it always sounded a bit crackly, but we had shittier speakers that made the sound a bit more muffled. Who knows? It looks as if his face is falling off in patches. What's your name? To be named Foedus. What do you do? To be a digger in the mines. To be looking for iron ore and lead and the secret ore. A wave of delirium passes over the gargoyle. To be going back to work now, Mikos. To be working hard. To have no need to give me any more of the silver fluid. Ooh, the silver fluid, you say? To need the venom. To have more venom. And the secret ore that you're not supposed to tell anyone about? To be called Blackrock. To be the lode located in a hidden area of the mine. The gargoyle's eyes roll up into his head. He's obviously sick. Okay. To be going back to work now, Mikos. So yeah, they're abusing drugs with their workers too, but they're not as skilled at it as I am. Here is a room with a bunch of rats behind it. Let's go combat and to battle! Aye! I think that was Spark running away from the rats. You alright there, Spark? You probably don't need to be on the defensive anymore. You can probably go like Berserker mode. And that'll be awesome. But yeah, there's nothing in this particular part of the mines. That's fine. We'll have a look around and we'll see if we can find any more serpent venom or blackrock. But I was supposed to be doing a little quest to wrap up the stream and got sidetracked by adventure. But hey, I mean, this is the sort of authentic experience that you came here for. More venom, woo! And some candles, but I suspect that the torches are probably better than the candles. Ah, here they are. You see before you a short, roly-poly man with a pompous smirk on his face. He's holding a lantern in one hand and a dirty spoon in the other. What's your name? My name's Malloy. Pleased to make thine acquaintance. Malloy bows politely. Malloy's face carries an exasperated smirk. My partner over there is Owings, he says, pointing at Owings, the skinny man digging away next to him. Where are thy manners? Say hello to our visitor. Hello there, says Owings, giving you a big smile. The front of his mining helmet falls down over his eyes. Blinded, he gropes the air around him. Malloy shakes his head sadly. Owings and myself are working as mining engineers, a possession we were fortunate enough to have acquired quite recently. We were working on a special project for the Britannian Mining Company. That's absolutely right, Malloy, says Owings. He gives a big nod, which causes his helmet to fall down over his eyes. You're mining engineers, you say. My partner and I are not exactly mining engineers, although we did travel to Minnock to become miners. We came here with a map. It was the map that the funny man dressed like the Avatar sold us. That is correct. But when we got here, we discovered that the Britannia Mining Company owned the rights to this area of land already. That funny man dressed like the Avatar lied to us. Owings scratches his head thoughtfully. The Britannia Mining Company wanted to throw us in the prisons of you for claim jumping. I was able to convince them that we'd be more valuable to the Britannia Mining Company if we could come work for them. Malloy beams proudly. Who's this funny man dressed as the Avatar? 'Cause I'm the Avatar and I'm a chick. Someone told us his name. Let me see if I can remember. It was Sullivan, I think it was. Funny name for an Avatar, but there you have it. Yeah, it's not a normal Avatar name like Poggers. Owings and myself are now involved in a very important special project, but it is a secret. Can we trust thee? Yes, you can absolutely trust me. The Britannian Mining Company has asked us to dig a tunnel to New Magicea. It will revolutionize the mining industry. They do not want anybody to find out about it. They said that bringing more mining equipment over here would just make people suspicious. So they told us to start out by using these spoons. Owings proudly holds up his spoon to show you. He smiles. Yes, it was such a special project that they told us we were the only ones they could think of who would even attempt to do such a thing. Malloy beams proudly. Well, come on, Owings. We'd best get back to work. We have a schedule to meet. I'll leave them to it. Both Malloy and Owings stop what they're doing and give you a friendly goodbye wave. Okay, so we know there's a secret area in the mine, and that's not it. Come on. I swear, sometimes the C key doesn't register. Is Aiolo doing okay for bolts? Because he's been shooting a lot of them lately. Alright, just a little bit more mining. I swear this is kind of my Minecraft urge. Just a little more mining. Nothing there, a bunch of dead ends. Iron ore mining machine. If we wanted to, we could use this machine, get a bunch of iron ore nuggets. No, that's a conveyor belt. Here we go. Chunks of, okay, lead. And then use a spell that will let you turn lead to gold. And that would mean, you get a gold nugget, which you can sell for 10 gold pieces. But of course the spell itself takes materials, so you end up with like a 5 gold profit or something like that each time. It's not really a good time investment. It's not like the duplicate money spell from Serpentile, which is much more efficient. There's the gargoyle again. Gargoyles are friendly, don't kill them. And maybe the secret area of the mine is up here somewhere. I think Sentry's torch went out. Yeah, it's fine. We're tolerating the fire sword at the moment. Oh, hello, a man of the magically locked door. Here in a abandoned mine. Or not abandoned, but you know, it's kind of cobwebby. They're not using it much. Well, unlike the other magically locked door, that door is made of wood. The one we found in the abandoned mine, metal. We can't do anything about that without the right spell. But this one, let's see, where's Spark? There we go. Yeah, Spark, hold this gunpowder, please. No? What, you're refusing to hold it, are you? Is it just that we've looted far too much and even these powder kegs just won't fit? Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. Hold it in your hands. What, you can't hold it? This is an outrage. Boy, I demand that you cart around an infinite amount of loot for me. That's fine. We'll use the 2 that we've got, and we'll pick up 2 on our way out. Because I'm fairly sure I've tried this before with 1, and it doesn't quite work. You need 2 as a chain reaction when it comes to the magically locked doors. Not that I think there's anything particularly worth getting in there. It'll probably be just more black rock, and we don't need that unless we wanted to use it for more explosions, which we have in the form of powder kegs, so... Oh damn it, it didn't blow it up. Okay, I swear I have pulled that trick off before, but maybe the 2 explosions were not simultaneous enough to destroy the door. It's fine. We'll come back later when we have magic. Now, where does that hermit live? I think on the other side of the river. Hup. We need to go a bit south. Oh, headless. Take that. More gold. Don't mind if I do. He's around here somewhere. There's that small cave that we ran into before. Some random planks of wood. I think he's that way. We might even be able to see it on the map. There's like a pixel of a house somewhere. Oh, there's another cave. We haven't gone in this one before. There's a dead body with a bunch of poison around it. And mushrooms. How evil. We definitely need the combat experience though, because we need the avatar to level up. Not for the stats. Just so that we can cast spells. Oh, look, a perfectly normal tree that's shooting lightning bolts at us. Kill it, kill it, kill it. And a bunch of people died around here, and we get no loot out of it. Hooray. Okay, that was just more fighting. But hey, it is experience. We can level up a bit later. And some of the party members who are not going to be pumping full of drugs, we will want to give them like regular level ups as well. Look, it's a fox. They're not hostile, we don't have to hurt them. But we don't know what they say. Because foxes don't talk, that's crazy. Having trouble remembering where that guy's hut was. Was it this way? Here we go. Hello! You see a mountain man who appears to have been in the wilderness a long time. He gives you a long look when he snorts and looks away. What's your name? I am not in the habit of speaking to strangers, but seeing as how thou dost not appear to be very intelligent, I shall humour thee for now. My name's Carl, formerly of Minnock. Oh yes, and what sort of employment do you have? Job? Art thou mad, my lady? Firstly, if thou dost wish to offer me employment, I have no interest in it. Secondly, if thou dost wish to hire my services for anything, for any reason, then I reject thine offer most enthusiastically. Thirdly, if thou dost wonder what my job is, then wonder no more, for I have not one. Fourthly, and lastly, if thou dost wonder why I have no job, then stop it right now, because this is none of thy business. Mic drop. Okay. What dost thou want? Leave me alone. Look, I just want to talk to you, guy. What's your name? Not inhabited, formerly of Minnock. Okay, what do you think about Minnock? Do not ask me of Minnock, the filthy little town of fellowship fools, casual murderers, and monuments to incompetence. I do not even live here, and I would not if thou didst pay me. So, you're isolating yourself, but somehow you still know that they're building a monument to Owen, and that there have been murders as early as last night. Humph. Why should that be of any concern of mine? People kill each other every day. Oh, thou art investigating the crime. Well, do not let me keep thee from it. After thou dost catch the murderer, thou canst build a statue of him. What do you mean by that? Owen's getting a statue of him. Owen the shipwright does deserve to have a monument built to him. It should be in the shape of a gallows, and it should have him hanging from it. Mic drop again. This guy likes to just leave the conversation. Wait, my guy. What dost thou want? Leave me alone. What's your name? Think about Minnock. Monument. Fellowship is the only one we haven't talked about yet. Do I look like a member of the Fellowship to thee? I do not even know what the Fellowship is, and I do not care. Wow. Is it weird I want MSN Messenger to come back? It was a pretty good chat program. I liked it because you could upload your own custom emotes, and that was pretty rare back in the day. And the emotes that I have on BTTV, like are Rag number 1 from Ragnarok Online, I uploaded those to my MSN so I could use them, and it was cool. But what I really want is just like the idea that people can use multiple chat services, and the chat protocols are either open or they're at least easy enough to reverse engineer that people can develop third-party chat programs like Adium and Trillium and Pigeon to just let you talk to all of your friends across all of your networks all from one program, instead of what we have these days, which is 5 different apps on your phone for contacting 5 different cliques of friends. Anyway, there's a scroll here we could look at. The narwhal shall be a fine vessel, measuring 100 cubits from bow to stern. Shall be constructed of the finest yew wood, with a ballast of 37 cubits. After the planks are retrograded, I shall precipitate the bottom decks to ensure their verbosity. Each bunk shall fit exactly within 3 foot by 4 foot 14 cubit cabin, except for the first mate and sergeant's quarters, which shall be octagonal, the size Owen of Minnock. Can I talk to him about that? No. There's a way to talk to him about, like, the plans. I think we actually have to take this and then show it to our friend Julia the Tinkerer. This guy was rude to me, so I'm taking his paltry 8 gold coins. Avatar logic. You can't question it. Ooh, what's that? 15 starbursts. Delicious. It is a weapon, but it's kind of a weird weapon. Let's not bother with it. Oh no, come on. Don't give me red lights, OBS. Connecting to chat. Are we still... Are we still on? Let's reload. We can't reload that yet because I don't even have bloody internet. Hello? Stream offline. I have to stop OBS entirely, which means stopping this recording. Okay, third attempt to stream of the night. Hello. I should make a technical difficulty screen. Alright, thank you everyone for persisting with my various technical difficulties. I think I need to have a dedicated technical difficulty screen. That was the other problem I was worried about, where my internet shat itself. Hopefully the maintenance they're doing tomorrow night will fix that, but who knows. Yeah, oh, and now we can hack the system and contribute more to the stream. Yes, this was all deliberate as a way for people to get the most out of that streaming challenge, definitely. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Thank you for sticking around. I might, you know, just polish off this little quest about Owen and call it there, because I think this is a sign that things are not going too well for us. We've had the game crash, we've had OBS crash, we've had the internet crash. Neko will crash in bed tonight and then have to work tomorrow, blah. But before we do that, let's, you know, just wrap things up here and ruin some man's life by ouching him as a fraud. Essentially enough of the fire sword. It's giving me the shits. Use a torch. We need to find our friend Julia, who is currently asleep in her bedroom. That's fine, we'll just like walk around a bit and make some noise until she wakes up. There we go. Begone, fool. It is good to speak with thee again, Poggers. Julia greets you. Job. Since accompanying thee on thine adventures when thou wast last in Britannia, blah 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 blah. Tinker? There is a way for me to get the dialogue option with her to show her the plans for the Narwhal, which is the ship that Owen is planning to build there, and have her assess it for how safe it is, and then she confirms that it's not safe. Safe and quiet. Owen, here we go. Owen is a local shipwright. Frankly, I think he's something of a fool. And the monument? The Fellowship wanted to build a statue of Owen. That way they can use him as an example of the success of the Fellowship philosophy. It would also increase Owen's business to the point of upsetting the local economy and driving the Artists Guild out of business. Ha! Bop! It works. That was a quick halfway. Yeah, I'll have to set the stream goals higher next time to really force you all to do things. Keep tuning into the channel and getting those gold coins. Okay, where is the option? Goodbye, Poggers. Where is the option to say, like, hey, there's these plans for a ship and it's going to be crappy? I thought the hermit guy was the one that was supposed to be salty enough to ask us to go investigate. I don't think you do. We've used all our points. Yeah, you would have had like a backlog because I haven't had much like channel point redeems up until now. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'll talk to the hermit guy again. But I swear that it was supposed to be like the quest starts here because he's upset at Owen. And we can discover that actually Owen is not as hot as he thinks he is. But no matter what we talk to Carl here about, he just kind of ends the conversation. What's your name? Blah blah blah. What do you think about Minnock? La, 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 da, da. Monument. Oh, in the shipwright. Gallows hanging from it. Yeah, that's strange. There's definitely a way to trigger that quest line, and maybe it's because, you know, if I was playing solo, I would probably be talking to everyone in town about every single possible conversation topic until we have exhausted every line of conversation. Doing that on stream is not practical. My voice is taking a bit of a beating doing these 3-hour streams now, where a lot of it is just talking. I'm not used to it. I live alone with my cat. I do talk to her, but not all the time. And aside from the occasional work meetings, my voice has not been getting much exercise. 30-something K at the moment? I remember losing like 30K in a prediction too. Ah, yeah. How many points you got in mine? Yeah, I've got a bunch of points in your streams, Empress. I should do more redeems. But some of your redeems are like, pick your DBD survivor, and you don't play DBD anymore. You need to come up with some more. Abacus. Can find out how much gold we've got. Party gold, 1,882. Considering we've got several thousand stashed at home and in the cart, that's not too bad. Okay, so this is Town Hall, we're just poking around. Community goal to shun Drew Barrymore. Oh, you got rid of those the other day, cool. Gone through another torch, let's just dump it on the ground. I might call it here. I mean, we've proven that my internet and OBS is being fairly unstable. My voice is slightly going on me. Hey, mayor guy, wake up. Yo, mayor guy, wake up. Also, we seem to be trying to do quests while everyone is sleeping. Which I suppose makes it easier to find people, because you just need to go into their bedroom and make a bunch of noise. Wake them up. Ah, Avatar, good to see thee again, says Burnside. Surely there's a quest option about Owen's monument. I'm usually against such public vanity, but the Fellowship is very much in favour of it. Vanity, you say? But in this special case, it does immeasurable good for the town. It increases our prestige. People come from all over Britannia for the unveiling. Why, even Lord British himself will be in attendance. It is a special opportunity when one gets a private audience. And what do you think about the Fellowship? Yes, I wear the Fellowship medallion, given to me by Eleanor. Do not worry thyself, I shall not try to make thee join. He laughs nervously at his own little joke. And the murderers, as Frederico and Tanya were not actually residents of Minnock. Yeah, that's right. Can't do anything about it. Not citizens. Just a grisly murder that happened in a sawmill. Maybe cosplay. Only cosplay I've done is Ghosty. Well, you need to get your camera working before that. Carrots. Neat little second floor of this house. It's not a bad house. We could move in here. Oh, key. Yoink. I don't know whose house this is. We could claim it as our own. We should try and build a house on stream at some point. That was the thing that me and my sister always used to do. Oh, okay, that chest is locked, but not with this key. That's new. Can we lockpick it? We would steal suitable items from all over the game world. Ooh, fire arrows, or magic arrows. 90 gold coins, I'll take that, thank you. And I'm not really one for using arrows, but we'll take it anyway. How are you with Scary Games? Community goals for Scary Games, good work. Used to play Scary Games all the time, yeah. Happy Light, hello, how are you doing, friend? Well, I've stopped because I started to get too jump scared and stopped enjoying it. Yeah, also, like, you've got your heart to consider. It's understandable. The Scary Games are fun. But things like your House Flipper streams have been super chill and also cool too. So, do what you like, you know? I'm kind of in just the wander around town mode, I guess, and I don't know what I want to do next to progress the stupid monument quest. I know that there's a way to trigger your investigation of it, but I can't remember what it is. Fair reason to stop them, yeah. We can talk to Owen a bit more. Ah, 'tis better. It is a wonderful detail that the NPCs will go around turning lights on at night and closing shutters. Don't go to sleep. Ah, damn it. What art thou doing here? Yeah. No, don't use his bed. In how many hours shall we wake thee up, Poggers? Well, okay, I mean, since I'm in bed, I'm kind of comfy now, so I'll go to sleep. Pleasant dreams. Arise, Poggers. Time to continue the quest. But now that we are up, let's find that guy and interrogate him one last time. Oi, Owen. Oi, get back here. Owen. I'm on to you. Owen looks at you and sniffs. It would appear thou dost wish to speak with me again. Need to check my blood pressure once a week for 15 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, look after yourselves, people. Like, health issues can really sneak up on you, and you gotta take care. So I think we talked with Owen about pretty much everything. Crown Jewel and Hook, we didn't get much clues for that. His job, I mean, he goes into his egotistical spiel, mad, voices, blah blah. Buy? I mean, we're not going to buy one from him, but we actually can't. I've been working on a few improvements, but if thou wouldst, thou couldst commission me to build one for thee. A deed to one of the ships I build costs 1,000 gold coins. Dost thou wish to buy one? No. Art thou certain? Thou shalt find no better ships in all of Britannia. Very well then. Wouldst thou perhaps be interested in purchasing a fine sextant? I have one which I would be willing to part with for a fine bargain. The price is 150 gold. Art thou interested? No. Humph. Well, let it be known that thou didst pass up the chance to buy the sextant of the famous Owen the shipwright, and thou shalt be known for the knave and simpleton that thou art. Okay. Tell me more about the statue they're building for you. Bye. Tired of benefiting from my presence? Very well, I shall see thee again, I hope. Sextant, is that a new category on Hub? Yeah, it's one of these things. Here we go. See that? It's a solid gold sextant. We can yoink it, and when we're outside and we can see the sky, you can use it to determine your location. We're 61 north, 50 east. So there you have it. Sextant. But I'm still no closer to figuring out how to trigger that quest where you humiliate Owen. So I guess... Okay, the party is hungry. Here is the inn. Let's park them in the inn for now. I will do inventory management off stream. Hopefully next week our internet is stable and our OBS is stable and everything is fine. And look at this, the party has all chosen to sit with each other, not next to their Lord and Savior, the Avatar. Look at that, they're completely ghosting me. They're like, oh yeah, we'll all sit here, away from you. Am I treating them that badly? I don't think I'm treating them that badly. I mean, I turned Spark into a superhuman, for crying out loud. He's hungry. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Let's zoom in on Poppy because she's giving herself a wash at the moment. Thank you so much for joining me on another Mondays of random retro games. In this case, it's not so random anymore because we've been doing this Ultima VII for 3 weeks now. And we're going to be continuing it for quite some time because, oh boy, yeah, it's going to go for a while. I'm just wondering who maybe we could raid. James, give me a Holia. Holia? My voice is completely trashed, Happy. Like, I've been reading quest text for 3 hours. I'm not going to be able to do better than that for you, man. Works. Good enough. So do we want... Gee, do we want... It's kind of retro. If we go to say hi to Taximals, who is playing at the moment with Bumpluff Tornado, the Burning Crusade. That, I mean, it's technically retro. It's the old school version of WoW. Like, I still can't think of that as like being properly retro because you don't need to run a 16-bit operating system to use it. But yeah, it's WoW has been around for a while. James, hoya. Oh no, you clipped it. Oh, banning you. Yeah, let's go raid Taximals. Old school WoW still has a fair bit of nostalgia for me. And both Taxi and Bumfluff do... they do some modern games and they do some retro games. And it's all good fun. So why don't we go say hi to them? Oh geez, raid messages. I still haven't set anything up for that. Orange. There was some nice ASCII cat art from the other time, but I don't have it copied. So just do something like that, or if you've got emotes that you want to use those. And sure, yeah, we'll go say hi to Taxi. Thank you again, everyone, for coming by. Hopefully, next week, internet issues, computer issues, they will all be solved, and we can have a nice, good stream. And take care. Let's make the raid happen now. And there we are. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for being here, Empress. I don't have any like official raid message shortcuts yet, Happy. I still need to pick stuff, like decide on something. Just do whatever. Thank you very much. And a few parting shoutouts maybe. One for Empress Vel. Oh, no, that completed your emote. One for Empress Vel, my amazing mod here. Gonna be streaming tomorrow. Go check her out. Maybe a shout out for Sonneveld, who was lurking a bit earlier. Sonneveld does cool retro things. MCC bowed out. Who else? Mem was here. Cool member of the Stream Shed. Mamela, go check her out. Oh, the courage to tell Happy do whatever. Oh dear. Streaming tomorrow, it's a holiday for you. Oh, cool. Enjoy the holiday, Happy. And yeah, take care, everyone. I will end the stream now. Goodbye.